Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Monday night, and we're kicking off another weekend wrestling with some WWE RAW. A crazy week in wrestling, a crazy couple weeks ahead. We got so much wrestling coming your way. It's going to be a fun one. Make sure you get in that chat, click all the buttons, join us on social, be a part of the wrestling utopia and all of the fun. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream as we are back at it again with a little bit of WWE RAW. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put another day in the books. Monday is behind us already as we head towards the weekend. A busy time on this channel, a busy time in the wrestling world. More news, more shows, more things to talk about. But we will be here for all of it, folks. I thank you for joining us. But without further ado, for the next few hours, you're going to be stuck with these two pretty faces. As I am Mr. Evernight KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and my guy, unfortunately, again, we have to start this off with a sad note. This is the last show for Pat McAfee on Monday Night Raw for a while. So 100%, we're going to have a nice little program out here because it's going to be the last time before, Pat's off to do college football and everything. And then literally, I think after next week is next week's Cole's last week. Week a lot of times now.
As we get to September, it starts switching up. So we will see what the new vibe's like. I know the wrestling fans can be a little gatekeepy when it comes to changing things up, so we'll see how our buddy Tony adjusts. Is it Tony?
Joe Tessitore. Sorry, Tony. I just stereotyped him. Yeah, we'll see how he adjusts to the new role and how the fans take to him, and we'll see what it means. I mean, ultimately, folks, see if you don't like the commentary, you have the alternative commentary all night long, every night long. So it's going to be very interesting. Tonight is stacking up. We're going to hear from Punk. What does that mean with Drew? No news on Randy, whether or not he'll be present that I know of. He's going to be there.
He is going to be there. So we're building for Berlin. Will they officially announce Drew, Punk, strap match or something?
I feel like it's got to be a strap match, but 100%, my guy, this show, Monday Night Raw, has become so stacked across the board because we've got a triple threat women's tag match. We've got Rainey facing up towards Gunther coming up. I'm sure we're probably going to get like Randy versus Ludwig or something tonight. Potentially. We've got Drew and Punk still setting stuff up. We've got Bronson Reed out here running around with tsunamis. Does Pat get a tsunami send off tonight?
That'd be crazy. If you want to keep building heat for this guy, R-Truth was a perfect victim. If he was to happen to just like grab Pat, yank him out and squash him, being that Pat's going to be gone for a hot minute, I'm okay with it. I think that's great.
Be an interesting way to get some heat. I'm sure Pat would probably take the bump. I mean, it'd probably be painful as shit, but I'm sure he'd be down to take the bump.
I think so.
But yeah, too. Then we've also still got Braun Breaker floating around with the IC belt. We've still got Jey Uso floating around. We've still got Rhea, Dom, Liv, and Damian Priest still going around. Monday Night Raw is stacked top to bottom to the gills, folks.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, we got to dive into what's happening with Liv Morgan. We got the women's tag division on display tonight as well. A lot going on, Nick. And again, like you said, Raw's been crazy. They found a way to make the 3 hours compelling. They found a way to make the 3 hours not feel like 7 hours, which is great. It's appreciated. So looking forward to this one tonight. Again, we got this one, and then we got one more, and then we head to Berlin. As I said to the chat already, Nick, it's a busy week on the channel. Tomorrow we're back for NXT. Wednesday, the go-home show for Dynamite. The first ever Dynamite not on U.S. soil, as they will be live they won't be live, but they will be in Cardiff. What's that?
Say North American soil because they've been in Canada.
Fair enough. I'll give you
Sorry.
that one. But yes, they will be across the seas, and they will be in Cardiff. So we'll see how that goes. And then Thursday, our preview show. Friday, we got SmackDown, we got Rampage. And then Saturday, we're back for, I think, Wrestling Revolver and Collision. Sunday, we got the big show. So lots going on. And then we head straight through into another week. And that week's even busier as we got Emergence, we got Capital Collision, we have Bash in Berlin, we have No Mercy, we have Be
right. And then.
So as we head into the fall here, we're going to be looking for a break and a breather before too long. But a lot of good wrestling coming our way. I hope the fans out there are excited about it. Less hate watching, more positive vibing, and product that we are given from all the companies. Yes, we find flaws in it all, as we should, but I hope we're enjoying all the content that we're getting. So a little bit spoiled, a little bit interesting, but we will see what the next couple of weeks have for us. A lot of questions to be answered. Another thing, speaking of questions, it looks like Ivy Nile is in trouble with the Wyatt Six.
Yes, I was actually going to talk about that because I saw somebody mention it in the chat. And don't worry, we will get to the chat in a quick second because even half the time you give us stuff to talk about. Pause on that, what you just said. If you're coming, I'm going. But yeah, I didn't even mention the Wyatt Six about, them still being involved on Monday Night Raw. We've seen them involved with Gable. Now they put out the little tweet that's all cryptic, looking like it's Ivy Nile taking out Maxine Dupuis. And I think the phrasing that they used was life's a series of like losing situations or like last something or others. Yeah.
You've been warned or something akin to that as well. So very intriguing, especially now that Ivy's connected to Gable. Kind of makes sense. So we'll see how that plays out. We will see, again, we haven't seen Bo and the crew really, like, we got the one match. Do they get a Berlin match? Will they get set up for something at Survivor Series? If they're not doing Berlin, at what point do they kind of get elevated and kind of thrown into the mix beyond just the storytelling of it all?
Yeah, and actually have, in-ring matches, all of that. And is it interesting how much Bo Dallas has come to the aid of Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree? I know that he's going at Gable, but it seems like out of all the groups you could come to defend.
Well, again, the super baby face-ish, and I think it's one of those cases of I don't care about you, I just want to get him. You just happen to be here. So thank your lucky stars. I don't want to whoop your ass when I turn around and be gone when I'm done with this guy. So that's my take on it. Again, they've kind of been at the advantage of being on, Chad being on the wrong side of the Wyatts, which is not good.
Right. But do we want to say hi to the peoples?
Let's say hello to the people. Let's go. That's you. Roman's in the house. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championship is on the line. Yes, we talked about this. So triple threat tonight, I believe. Or did I make that up?
We've got it's Damage Control and Christ, why am I blanking on the tag champs right now?
You got Damage Control. You got
Unholy Union, Alba, and Isla. Yeah. And then it's also Pure Fusion Collective, the worst goddamn faction tag team name in the history of everything.
Who I've been calling PF Changs ever since they announced
Jesus, my guy. Jesus.
Yeah, it's and it's kind of funny because here, because we're bilingual as a country, all of our Colonel's chicken shows up with PFC on the side. Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. Good.
Well, they're clucking good, my guy.
They're clucking good. We'll see. We still haven't really got past the Shazanya name, so we'll figure something out here. Larry Mick, good to see you. Welcome back. Looking forward to Pete versus Sheamus. Another match we haven't talked about yet, but Pete Dunne's been everywhere, Nick, causing trouble with everybody.
Absolutely. Well, he's going to have the match tonight with Sheamus, and then tomorrow night he's on NXT competing for a number one contender shot for the NXT title with Joe Hendry and Wes Lee.
Yeah, 100%. Looking forward to that. It should be good. I like how much they've been utilizing him. Again, Sheamus needs some challenge. The mid card needs some meaning. The middle of the show needs some meaning, so it doesn't feel like a drag. We also got the New Day versus the Final Testament, and a lot of people talking about Unhappy Woods. Nobody
See,
likes.
I was gonna say they seem to have found a good spot in the middle of the show and everything with Pete Dunne and Sheamus and Braun and Tsunami and Strowman and so on and so forth. But now then you bring up the New Day and the Final Testament, and does anybody care?
Honestly. I care now that there's a potential that they're going to split up and that there's going to be something to this. Now, the idea of Woods joining the Final Testament doesn't work for me.
No.
But the idea that Woods has had enough and he turns, the idea that Odyssey Jones may turn with him, that at least has my interest peaked. I will give them credit on that, where normally I don't care. Now I'm a little bit curious.
It's surprising to me how bad Karrion Kross has still come out in the wash of this whole situation. I feel for that guy. But if they at least do heel Woods and heel Odyssey, I'm much more interested in that than I'm seeing Odyssey and the New Day and heel Woods, just even if it's heel Woods on his own. Yeah. I want him to have that heavy and have something for Odyssey to Jones to do, because I feel if he's out there with Kofi, it's just it's your Timu Big E.
Well, I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, you're going to do Karrion Kross with Woods against Odyssey and Kofi? That we don't care, but that doesn't sound fun at all.
That doesn't have any sort of ring to it at all. No, that's just that's going to get merch. That's going to get a hot dog. That's going to use the restroom.
Looking forward to that. Good to see you, Damian Quadrarius. Say it.
You got it there, Kadarius.
Oh, I'm getting better. See, I know I chop up all the names on this channel, but that one's not bad. Alexis, welcome back. Zack Sabre Jr. wins the 34th G1 tournament. Yay! How do you feel?
I like it. I like that. I like Zack Sabre Jr. and I like that this is working out for him. And I think it's really going to be a good match between him and Naito, and to really establish him, because he's kind of the last bastion of the guys that was there with Omega, with Okada, with Ospreay, that's still left there outside of like a Naito. So I think this is the best case that they could have gone with.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. There's something for me that I don't mind Zack Sabre Jr. I just think he just a little bit on the bland side at times. Highly talented, highly technical. But yeah, I mean, I can't think of a promo or anything where I'm like, oh, you got to hear this guy go. Like,
is he a little Bret Hartish? Is he a little Bret Hartish?
Maybe a little. And I think sometimes you got to push him outside of his comfort zone, and we got to see a little more out of him than just the fact of I do holds.
Pause. Alexis, what up? Eric Tate, what up?
Paul's with us, sir. Anthony Slate is back in the house. Ronnie gave you a like. Everybody give us a like. I got 71 people hanging out with us right now. Hit that like button. Become a part of the family. Become a part of the fun. If you haven't done so already, and if you take this link and share it anywhere you know they talk about wrestling, make sure you do so. And we want to see this family continue to grow, continue to be the utopia that it's become, Nick.
Absolutely. Samoan spike that like button.
Urza, how's it going? Hello. Randy versus Ludwig is the main event tonight. Oh, okay.
Fair enough. It kind of makes sense. Well, it would make sense. You're going into Berlin, and Ludwig's been really great in this role, and it would be still a hell of a match. Now, I would assume it's the main event just because it's revolving around the world title picture, because you could still have like the women's tag main event. There's probably some other would you main event or close the show out with the Punk Drew situation?
No, I don't mind ending the show with Gunther and Randy. Randy's a big draw. Randy's a legend. Gunther's a legend in the making. World champion on this particular show. I mean, I don't mind this kind of ending us off tonight. Punk and Drew open it, and then those two close it. Those are pretty good bookends.
Fair enough. Maybe the only one that I could say would be a challenge for main event would be Sheamus Dunne.
Yeah, I think they'll use that early, or like I said, somewhere in the middle.
Top of the hour.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see what their method to their madness is tonight. Christian, welcome back. What is up, everyone? Before we begin the chat, I wanted to apologize for failing out last week because of socially active AJ and Nick. Don't be sorry. This is Unlike the forbidden door, this is a revolving door here. You can come in and out as you please. And I know
right.
Sometimes other channels out there, I see them like kind of throw shade at people. Oh, I noticed you were in someone else's. Yeah, we're not that people. This is the wrestling utopia, folks. So it's just good to see you back, Christian.
We don't pet the sweaty things, and we don't sweat the petty things.
Facts. Bronson versus Miz, no DQ should be fun. Is that also happening tonight? What
I don't know if that's been
shit?
advertised. So far, what I've seen that's been advertised is Sheamus Dunne, Orton will appear, Ivy Nile versus Maxine Dupuis, New Day and Odyssey versus Kross and AOP. Yeah, you know me. Punk to deliver can't miss message to Drew McIntyre, and then
he just walks home.
Yeah, and like we said, Unholy Union, Damage Control, and Pure Fusion Collective. I sound like I'm ordering a drink from fucking Starbucks or something. I'll have the Pure Fusion Collective, grande size, please.
Yeah, absolutely. With an espresso shot, thank you.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting if we get Bronson versus Miz, no DQ. That'd be very interesting.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
How many people is Bronson gonna put on the shelf? I like
this. Over under. Do we get more tsunamis or more commercial breaks tonight?
Oh, more commercial breaks for sure.
It might be close though. We've seen 6, 7, 8. I think we're close to starting to hit double digits here.
If we hit 14, 15 tsunamis, I'm gonna be bewildered.
Yeah, we're all on tsunami watch. Sorry.
No, not a problem. Phil, good to see you. TJ, what's good? Saffit, welcome back. Roddy, welcome. We're always early. We are the pre-show to all the pre-shows. And we will continue to be here early as we move towards this weekend, folks. Don't forget the start times. It's brunch with the boys. We're up early. It's wake and bake and wrestling shake. Let's go. It's going to be a fun one. So do not miss out on that. Be a part of all of that fun as we're looking forward to All In from good old London. Paul Carpenter, McAfee's gone tonight. Let's go. So happy. Now Paul's happy.
Boo, shame. I like Pat. Obviously, it's kind of obvious I'm a fan of Pat. But I think it's a very unique commentary style. It's one of those, there are some people you either love it or hate it. I think he's grown on some people, but I think I overall enjoy it.
But I don't see what the hatred would be. Oh, look at that guy having too much fun. Look at that guy.
That's not it. He's kind of like people look at him like he's the annoying frat bro.
Yeah. I'm good with that. I mean, we grew up with fucking the King screaming puppies every time a female walked by. Like, come on, we understand that the color commentary tends to be a little dramatic, colorful. Fuck, it was Macho Man or Jesse the Body at one point. Like, it's always been kind of a bit of a role where the person had a bit of pizzazz. And where it generally sucks is where you have like Byron sitting there with no personality.
Yeah, or Kevin Patrick, for an example, 100%. But yeah, he's even brought stuff back, like the little teleprompter, and then he went over here and he's he made goddamn Braun Strowman the whole T-shirt there with the big motherfucker.
Right. No, I'm all for it. Paul Carpenter, thank you so much. Remember, folks, the super chat and the super stickers are your way to guarantee that you get clicked on. We do our best to click on all the comments, but this is a guarantee. I was kind of trolling on the Pat McAfee super chat just to be like, my bad. McAfee's last day. But you know what? When I started to realize he reminds me of Roddy Piper on commentary. Bold statement. Yeah, Paul, right to my heart with that one because I'm a diehard Roddy guy. So when anyone compares him to Roddy, I'm like, shut up. But
he's a little like that. He's a little Heyman-y, I feel. A little Heyman-y, I bet.
I'll take the comparison to Roddy in the sense of like you never kind of knew what Roddy always pushed the limit. Like Roddy would be on the guy back in the day when it was a bit more taboo to push the lines of language and stuff. And we see it with Pat all the time. Like he just shit his pants. You're like, did Pat say shit? Like that, the similarity, he doesn't have that edge that Roddy has, but I get where you're going. But to another good example, Nick, of the color commentary is always supposed to kind of bring a bit of pizzazz to the show. I don't have any issue with Pat. I don't feel like he's missing things. I don't feel like he's brain dead. I find him highly entertaining.
Yeah, and I think it's really helped bring Cole out of his shell as well. Like I know obviously Vince not being there has helped, but the back and forth that those two have works super well. Like Cole's great at times at playing just kind of the straight man, but will have a little like jab that slides in there and everything, and they bounce off each other. I don't see any issue clearly, but yeah, no, I think it's going to be interesting now going forward. Of like I said, of at the start of the show, that next week's Cole's last week, and then he's over on SmackDown. So we're getting right to the very end here. If we're going to have a whole new commentary team on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. And again, change is a part of the business, and we will see fluctuations. What I think I like about the current regime or the current group that is seemingly running this, they seem much quicker to react to stuff. They seem much more proactive of like, if we start murmuring like, what the fuck is Joe doing? I don't think we're just going to be stuck with it the way we have been in the past, but I hope Joe's good. Like I said before, you know more about Joe than I do.
I don't think he will be bad at all. The guy's an actual WWE fan. He comes from college football, and he's been great at that. Like, he's got a good, extensive broadcasting career. Now, granted, we've seen that with countless guys from, again, Kevin Patrick, Mike Adamle, Jimmy Smith, and then there's another one that I feel I'm missing in between there, but that have all been sports guys that have come over, and at times it doesn't always translate really well. I think he's got enough personality, and you have him there with Corey. That's enough to make it work. I mean, Corey made Kevin Patrick at least somewhat passable.
Carried the weight. But I mean, it's so funny because Jimmy was an interesting one because he was terrible, but I don't mind the guy. Like, I thought he was awful. Like, I cut him up a lot as a like doing the commentary, but as a dude just cutting his opinion, like, this guy's all right. Whatever it was about sitting at that desk did not work for him.
Oh, Adnan Virk, that's who I was thinking of. Thank you, James.
Adnan Virk. I wonder why we missed that one. Brandon, good to see you. Ronnie, he says, Big Nick, have you been following the NFL pre-session?
The pre-session? Yes, the pre-session. I have been smoking the pre-session too. But now I have been following the preseason. My Bills are getting decimated with injuries and right now, my God.
Oh, here we go.
It's not looking good. We talked about this on the members only stream. Shout out that. But yes, though, we already lost our middle linebacker. We haven't looked great in our 2 preseason games. But everything, it's still the preseason. You can look bad at the start of the preseason, go on a hell of a run, or you can go undefeated in the preseason and go 0-16. Looking at you, Detroit Lions.
Yeah, preseason doesn't mean shit. I mean, everyone's trying to figure it out, and generally the teams that kind of have, more to prove, like more open spots, tend to be the most competitive teams in the preseasons often, where you got a good group of like, I got a shot to make this squad. If you got 2 or 3, 4 guys locked in, it starts to, those teams are like the vets are mailing in preseason. They're like, I ain't going ham.
Right. That's the thing, is you don't know if that's an actual defense you really be going against. Some of those guys are fighting just to make this squad, let alone second or third string. But yeah. But Michael, what up? Denisha, what up? I see Geekbox with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much, my guy. Hey guys, head down for work in 5 hours, but got you running on the TV. Have a great stream and smash it like always. Everyone hit that like button. Wrestling 4 live.
All right, go check out Geekbox, folks. Thank you so much for the super chat. And remember, Geekbox is all that content you want to see. Go check him out. He is everyone's second favorite box out there. And we appreciate you stopping by, sir. Hope you are doing well. Denisha, I think Nick just got you, but welcome back. John Smith in the house. Hey, yo, what's up? Christian, we got you. It's 316 MMA. We need to come up with a name for this one. Man, I'm getting sick of people hating on Liv. Shit getting old. She putting a lot of work. Nick, here's my thing for you and
for me.
For everybody,
right?
Do you not feel like there's the large collection of very vocal, whiny wrestling fans? I feel like they get stuck on stuff. Like, once someone's something, like, they can't get past it. Like, nobody changes, nobody evolves. We see it with Nia. Like, they're like, but she hurts people. She did hurt people. Like, shit happens. Like,
I've said this, and I'm going to say this again. And if this offends you or this bothers you, then maybe you need to look yourself in the mirror. I think wrestling fans like that get mad at people and everything in those situations because they don't evolve. So they don't think that other people can evolve. They think that it's just some way of life that they're stuck in. They can't accept that, like we've talked about, that Nia Jax has actually been great since she's been back. That this whole thing between Liv and Rhea, as much as you want to simp for one side or the other, it's both been great. They've elevated this whole thing to the umpteenth degree to where they're a huge premier match on Bash in Berlin, a mixed woman or a mixed tag team match. Sorry. But yeah, no, those wrestling fans themselves need to evolve like the wrestlers that they think don't.
Yeah, it just seems like what more do you want from a heel? Like the person is doing their job. They're getting in there. Liv has been outstanding. The crowd is reacting to her. Adding Dominic to her just gave her even more heat. I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, she only pushed because she's being pretty is part of the fucking thing. Like again, like she only won the bikini contest because she looked good in a bikini. Yeah, stupid. That's how this works. And
to say that they're not talented or anything is just asinine. It's ass 8, ass 9, ass 10.
Yeah, that's the problem. And that's the issue for me is there's talent there. I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due. She's not having boring matches. She might not be having barn burner matches, but her storyline is one of the more compelling storylines of 2024. And everybody's tuning in and people are reacting to it. And what the whiners don't get is the more they click and complain, it's just clicks. It's more impression. So when the WWE goes, oh, this just got 100 million, impressions, you're part of it. Duh. Fuck.
Thanks. I don't know how to end it beyond duh.
That's kind of my period on this thing.
That's like the 90s end of a song, like just duh.
Duh. All right. Main event, girl in the house. Odds is in the house. Yeet. Who else we got? I think I just missed Phil. Richard's back with us, Wizard of Odd. I'm glad you brought up the mid-card, KJ, because I also have noticed that it seems to have been getting better in the last couple of weeks. Again, I think another one of those things of like, well, WWE just does shit matches and they don't care about, like, this isn't the same. It has evolved. It is different. We are months and months removed now from how it used to be. And I think they're doing a great job. You listed off all the names about the mid-card, man. It's stacked.
Absolutely. The mid-card has 100% become a premier focus of WWE, of Monday Night Raw. 100%. They've already put the belt on Braun Breaker. We're building up Jonah, etc., etc. They're putting a premier emphasis on it because not everybody can be in that world title picture. You've already got that clouded and log jammed with Gunther, Randy now, CM Punk, Drew, Seth, etc.
Yeah. And again, there's still a lot of moving parts, a lot of names in and out. We don't know who's all involved. But again, I think they're doing a good job of cycling people in and out and trying to avoid them getting stale. And in the ones that are a little bit stale, they're trying something new. It doesn't mean they're going to get it all right or perfect. Like we talked about earlier, this Judgment Day thing will be very interesting as we are about 1 minute to the start of the show. So Kevin, welcome. Spaz will get to your super chat. Anthony's in the house, the chapeau that runs the show. Michael, I think we got most everybody. If we missed your name, make sure you say hello again. There you go. Preach, KJ. I ranted about that in the dirt sheet debate. That's it. People just hold on. They can't change their mind. Like, I thought this sucked, so it always sucks. And things change.
It's just, just stuck in their ways and refuse to just, like, they would rather choose to be miserable than enjoy something.
Right? Just enjoy it a little bit.
Curmudgeons is what they are.
Let's call out the stupid shit and laugh about it and then forget all the other shit.
Right?
Oh, keep talking, Nick.
No, you're good. As Paul's saying, come on, Nick, it's Bronson Reed. Jonah was a stupid name. No, Jonah was a great name.
I like Jonah.
Right?
Go ahead.
No, you're good. Good.
But ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we are about to get the start of the show. If you are new here, Nick and I will play the little sync up game. It's like trying to play finger cuffs. It's tricky.
Pause.
But ladies and gentlemen,
have then.
You have then?
Yes.
I have then now.
Pausing at now.
Okay. Weird. Now.
Okay.
All right.
And forever?
Forever.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are dialed in. If you want to dial in with us, we are about to get that WWE logo in a little bit of together. And come together now. We are 86 in the chat. We want to see triple digits. I saw us flirting. Be a friend, tell a friend. Go get all your people. And who the hell did I just delete?
I don't know, but I've got the Uber Arena on my screen, and we've got Spaz out here with the $5 super chat saying kayfabe, jayfabe, and Large Nicholas. Large Nicholas is sticking, and I don't know how I feel about it. Scream it till you scram it. Pause. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank
Welcome,
you, my guy. Well, I got Punk wearing a Cora Jade shirt too, by the way.
Right?
Looking just fucking Hugh Jackman Wolverine-ish.
Oh, the tag champs are here.
That's why you were all flustered. You saw two pretty redheads and got you all hot and bothered on the collar, my guy.
Sorry, what? I wasn't listening to you at all.
Exactly, 100%. Stoner Jesus, you missed our blessing.
Right, Stoner Jesus. May the blood be with you, sir. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Saying, can we get a Punk versus Drew and a bracelet on a pole match? Not unless Russo shows up.
Right. The Terror Twins.
How do you feel about that name? It's a little like they want it to be like the Brothers of Destruction, but they're clearly different genders, so we got to call them something kind of close.
I like the Terror Twins as a name. I'm actually surprised they're running with it. It's not very often that, like, you've been reduced as Randy Orton kicks off the show tonight, folks. But yeah, they maintain that tag team. Like, usually they would dissipate. So the fact that they're kind of sticking it out as the Terror Twins is kind of cute.
Right.
Does she lick Damien on TV now? What happens?
Pause. Whoa. Hold on. But yeah, Randall Keith kicking off Monday Night Raw right now, folks.
So are we opening with Randy versus Ludwig?
I don't know. Well, because the chat said it. We haven't seen it actually advertised. I know I said it could be a thing. We know Randy was going to be here. And like you said, well, kind of what you said, if we're going to, have Punk or Drew started off and have Randy end it, maybe we're doing the reverse of that.
You might be doing the other way around. And that was strictly based on the misleading chat. Who's giving us fake news?
Well, no, it's still allegedly. We don't know yet. It's allegedly. We'll still at least throw it up there as speculation, unlike Meltzer.
We just have maybe it's just a promo leading to the main event match. I don't know. Gunther, not yet. Everyone gets a name. Where's Tony Rings?
Sounds like a mob or something.
Yeah. Hey,
that's a Tubi Sopranos. Tony Rings instead of Tony Soprano.
Right. Tony Rings is over there with Jesse Potatoes. What do you want?
Right. That's where Half Stack's at.
Half Stack. That's where he went. He's now Tony Rings.
Right.
Better tell Punk that juice ain't X.
Huh.
Man, are you guys trying to confuse this other guy here tonight?
Well, no, I think it's because I made the Wolverine comparison.
Mostly anything. All right. Yeah, you two are, still
romantically involved.
What's good, everybody?
TJ, what up?
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to have to activate my Twitter if I don't see Kiana James tonight. Oh, she's coming. She got time. She a rookie, and she got a bright future.
She's been out there, kind of just floating in the mist, out in the abyss, not really doing much of nothing, though.
Yeah, she got really quiet.
But then again, did you trade, Kiana James being on TV for Odyssey Jones to appear after 2 years?
Yeah, maybe that's the trade-off.
Right.
Again, like I said, it's a killer's row. It's a Shark Tank right now. And you can't, there is only so many minutes on TV.
Right.
Jealous, annoyed. You pick the emotion. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a strap match. That's all the rumors, Ronan.
I want to see that, especially after last week, to where they were, going hell for leather with that, belt.
Yeah.
Bash 8, what up? RM saying what's up to Kevin. But yeah, we got Randy cutting a promo right now.
Yeah, go spam elsewhere.
Spaz and have you guys heard this take from the Mud Show fans that WWE is bullying Dom's wife because they book him in fictional storylines with hot chicks? I have not seen that, but I don't put it past the IWC.
I love it. I just get dumber by the fucking day.
Well, this is the truest statement in the chat. Absolutely. Twitter is so toxic right now. It is a fucking cesspool. And it is the vocal minority of wrestling fans, honestly.
It's insane. Everyone's got to take Twitter with a grain of salt. Like the amount of shit.
It's not real. It's not a real place.
No, and it's not based on reality. That's the fucking best part. It's based on a narrative. If you end up in a thread with a bunch of people that all think the same stupidity as you do, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like it's been ongoing toxic for a long, long time. I said it before. I don't think everybody should have the right to post shit. I think if you are fucking mentally unstable to do so and conduct yourself in a human way, then you lose your right. You get pulled off it and you don't get to have it. Well, that's censorship, KJ. I don't give a fuck. I need less idiots in my day.
That's most people. I was going to say that's most people.
Like I said, I've been told to fucking die by like dozens of times for having a wrestling opinion. Get the fuck out of here.
It's everybody just gets to spew their excrement out into the fucking public, and just everybody has to just accept it.
I miss the good old days when someone ran their mouth, they got popped in it, and then they shut the fuck up for a little while. There needs to be a button on your phone that you could you fucking zap the person being an idiot on the other end. They're like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Oh Lord. Daniel saying hi, lads. Eric asking if JBL will take Pat's place next week. I don't know. Probably not. Maybe they have Cole go with Testator just for one night.
I could see that.
Right. Oh, now here comes Gunther.
And you're right. The milk commercial was a way better entrance. It drives like when, especially on the kickoff. I missed that, like you said, the NXT. Why do wrestlers get shittier entrance songs when they get to the main roster? It's so weird.
I have no idea. Yeah, no. I was like, what milk entrance are you talking about?
Oh, do you remember? Oh, maybe because you're
American.
No,
I know that. Yeah, but I'm like, where does that come into milk?
It used to be a milk commercial in Canada.
Canadian.
Best Twitter story. I called racist for saying Ember Moon is better than Naomi. All right, we'll thank you for the super chat, but
let's move along.
Yeah.
Bondo has electrolytes. Yeah, we're living in an idiocracy right now, my guy. At least on the state side. Yeah. As we got Gunther and Orton squaring up in the ring here.
I like the reaction these two are getting. Drink milk, love life. Drink milk, love life. That's different song altogether now that I say it out loud.
There you go.
The stoner gets me.
Y'all Canadians just flock together.
Right. Drink milk, love life. Drink milk, love life. What'd he say?
I have no idea. I was listening to you sing about milk.
Oh, pause. Oh, he called them rednecks.
Well, they are in Florida, respectfully.
This is excellent. Gunther might be the best heel in the business.
Oh, 100%. I think he has been, or at least one of. He's constantly been in that discussion.
Gunther might be the best full package in wrestling right now. Right? Because even some of the other big names out there, the reactions of the crowd based on what they're doing might be mixed. The matches are hit and miss. Gunther comes out, delivers outstanding, knows how to dig into the crowd, is a pro, and then you put him in the ring and you know you're going to get a banger. Even if it's a squash match, it's going to be a fun squash match with Gunther.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Grant saying, am I the only one who doesn't really care to see Randy challenging for a championship? Yeah, kind of.
I'm not with you. I want to see it all the way. I want him to win it.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was saying he's definitely probably the only one that isn't excited for Randy, because if we weren't getting Randy versus Gunther, we're at some point getting probably Randy versus Cody.
Yeah, which I thought we were heading towards. But again, listen, for all the fans that say that things just get swept under the rug and aren't usually dealt with properly, and in the past they haven't been, here's another example of the evolution of WWE. They fucked up at King of the Ring, and they're rectifying it. They ran it into a storyline.
As they're just chanting RKO right now, I believe.
USA.
Oh. Well, of course, then. That's, of course, why then Gunther's going to go at you, rednecks. You just can't even, you got to use RKO. You got to use USA instead of RKO.
Yeah. Randy's awesome, man. Randy just makes faces. He doesn't talk back. He just makes faces. Like, oh, okay.
He hasn't had to because Gunther's just arguing with the crowd at this point.
Yeah.
I like how instantly Gunther, how like before Gunther was, oh, you can't RKO me, and he's already done it once and is probably going to do it again.
No, see, I want him to like go for the second one and Gunther catches him this time.
I think he'll probably get that in the match of he'll go for it and then Gunther will catch him, spin him, chop.
I want that doubt. I want it not like, I don't want to go into the match feeling like it's a guarantee. I want it to be like, oh shit. But Ludwig could be a big part of that and how that plays out.
Right.
Roman, Cody, Punk, Rhea are the main characters.
True.
Like, oh, yeah, they're definitely main characters. Yes.
Right.
True. Gunther gets so much heat from the dork YouTubers. We're just batching on the IWC tonight. Welcome.
No, this is just, truth. Some of y'all really need to hear this shit.
It's why this channel exists. We're the counterbalance to it.
Where everything needs a balance. We're the fucking Thanos of this shit.
Right? Randy saying you got 8 hours to sit in the sky. Wrong.
And then Pat, that's a long flight. That's the thing, is Pat's just great with like little one-liners even too.
Gunther puts the belt down. Ludwig coming in from behind. Yeah, so we're opening with Ludwig Randy, bro. There's no way they're going to
setting it up for later.
No, you ding, ding, ding. Commercial, let's go.
No, because Randy doesn't have his wrist tape, so he's not ready to wrestle.
Oh, touche.
That's the only time Randy constantly always comes out in his gear. The only time he doesn't come out is like, when he's not in his gear is when he doesn't have wrist tape.
Tabernacle. As the chop block followed by a clothesline.
Yeah, you've never seen Randy Orton like wear pants or anything outside of Evolution.
No.
Yeah, he always comes out in his gear and just a t-shirt.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not changing twice.
Right, exactly.
They are setting it up for later. Fair enough. Yeah, he's down. He's out. He's hurt. So they are setting this one up for later.
So then we can confirm RM's reporting, I guess, commenting of Ludwig versus Randy Orton will probably be the main event of Monday Night Raw tonight.
Yeah, I take back my previous criticism. No fake news. You're correct.
Right.
I have serious doubts Randy can do a full championship run with his whacked out back that has never healed. Gilly, were you not around when he just went off for over a year? Got rehab, got stem cells, got a whole bunch got jacked in the process. I mean, this is not the Randy Orton. Do I think he was going to compete every single week, even if he won? No, you put him on a championship schedule. It actually might be more conducive and adding longevity. He'll be fine.
Well, right. And yeah, no, it's what even constitutes a full championship run. He's not going like Roman. He's not going to go for 3 years with it. Like he might. We talked about this. Did we talk? I know we've talked about this. I can't remember exactly when we have. It might have even been off screen of the trading the back and forth between Cena's on his last run. Randy might be towards the back nine of his trading and getting closer and closer to where Ric Flair's record and everything. Yeah. So we might get 1 or 2 just kind of quicker runs as we've got Pete Dunne beating up Sheamus backstage from last week.
Yeah, and I'm convinced. I am convinced that John Cena is going out with that record. So I fully expect John Cena might not be a long run, but one more run.
Do you do again? Because the last greatest match ever with Randy was Randy versus Edge. Do you do John Cena versus Randy and you just run it back? Try and kind of rub out Copeland?
Yeah, right? But we're with Sheamus.
He's got his hand braced up here.
I ain't red, Nick. I'm green.
You red green?
Red green.
You don't.
You can't be handsy. If you can't be handsome, be handy. That's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, you don't know red green? I was like, oh
no, I mean a red green.
100%. Now I was teeing you up for that.
Oh, 100%. I show speed. Welcome.
Are you out of the prime bottle, or are you just hiding out about backstage in the prime bottle?
Are you ready for a banger? I go for some bangers and mash right now. Let's go,
bro.
Pause on all of it.
Banger is like the best and worst term of all time.
Yeah. Listen to Pat. Pat getting every minute out of tonight.
Oh, 100%. He is soaking this in, my guy.
There you go. Liv Morgan is the main character as well. She's great. She has been, and she has been.
Facts.
As I'm imagining we are getting a commercial. Remember, Sheamus already selling the hand from Pete Dunne closing the box on it last week. So, yeah, Gunther already ailing, and Pete Dunne's been on a bit of a tear. Pete Dunne, I'm taking Pete Dunne to win this match, Nick.
Really?
I think
it's going to be interesting because it almost doesn't play into tomorrow night because he's going back-to-back duty. Yes, I said duty. Is it going to play into you might be onto something. So I hate to be agreeable with the first match, but I'll take Pete Dunne because I don't think he wins tomorrow night. So spoiler alert on that.
Gunther has never been a face. Now, folks, we are in commercial break as right now we are getting the title belt commercial, the college football ones, but Gunther never been a face. He has not been a face. No, I'm not sure who that's in response to, but no, he's kind of perma-heel based on who he is.
Yeah, a wee bit. I was gonna say I'm trying to even think of like an NXT UK or anything real briefly. No,
really.
It's kind of hard to make the Austrian guy with the fucking classical music entrance that calls himself the Ring General with the big trench coat a babyface.
Right. Randy kind of deserves this, to be honest. Deserves the shot or deserves the beating? Because he technically deserves both.
I was gonna say both. Both is good.
Yeah. Nice spot on the Nick. Nice spot, Nick, on the tape. Wow, I almost said something else.
Yeah, no, it's the weird little things that we watch enough wrestling that like you just notice little stupid shit like that.
Right. Does Saraya fit Triple H's WWE? Yes or no? No. She would be brought in if she was brought back to this company in any capacity. It would be minor. She is not
manager, agent.
Yeah. That's about it.
Yeah, maybe. Would you even do her like a backstage correspondent? I don't think she'd want to do any shit like that. No, she would be a manager for a faction, or she'd just be an agent for like women's matches, or a coach in like NXT or something.
Yeah, and I don't even know if she really brings a whole lot of that to the table at this point. Like, I mean, with so much talent, you gotta like, all right, does she really take someone's spot? I don't think so. At least I wouldn't give her spot or give her a spot from someone else.
Right.
Yeah, she ain't she isn't what she used to be, put it that way. And I honestly don't think she would clear the WWE medicals. Like, I think because it's AEW and because it's Tony Khan, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, her spinal issues are probably still not at a level where the WWE would be comfortable.
Would she also, though, not pass it up because of her brother? Because her brother's pretty much got any sort of an actual deal because she's over with Tony.
Yeah, but they don't use him.
WWE is not taking on Zach Knight.
Yep. No.
Unless
that
might be part of it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, rumor is her contract's coming up, and I don't think it's a big deal. Like, reporting that, like, to me, who cares? If she stays, great. She adds nothing to the company. If she goes, all right, great. Now we can give that spot to some of the actual talent that's worth watching. She has not been good with AEW. And again, I think a big part of it is she has to be very cautious physically what she does.
Fair enough. I will pivot slightly with the AEW talk of I didn't realize, honestly, until you were doing like the thumbnails and everything, that they were over in Cardiff for Dynamite. I thought they were pretty much just going to be doing it from somewhere around London, seeing how All In's on Sunday.
Yeah, interesting, right? So they're going to do Dynamite in Cardiff. It should be a hell of a crowd. I'm not sure what the ticket sales look like for it, but I'm sure it's a decent crowd. And we know the British crowd's going to be energized. Again, I'm really curious how Wembley's going to feel this year with approximately 30,000, 20,000.
No, I think it's actually gone up from that. I'm going to actually.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought last I heard it was around the 50,000 mark, which is still a considerable drop off, right?
Yeah, that would be 30,000 less. I'm trying to find the numbers. Yeah, there's still a good amount of seats available for all out. Yeah, if you want to keep going through the chat as I try and find this. I'm on WrestleTix.
Bash at Berlin. I predict a hostile crowd is going to hit Randy. Potentially. Remember, if there's anybody that can kind of break through that, it's a Randy Orton, right? Because Randy will always kind of get that legend love. Like, I mean, if you're from a country that doesn't get you WWE live shows very often, you're going to be thrilled to see Randy Orton to an extent. So it will be, I think, a very big chance of a split crowd opposed to just dumping on Randy.
Right. Yeah. And I don't have Dynamite's tickets, but I do have from August 16th from WrestleTix of the setup for all-ins for 53,832, and they've sold 48,184, so they're right around like 50,000. They've still got about 5,000 to go before they're sold out. So yeah.
Wait, where are they tonight for WWE?
They are somewhere in Florida. I can't remember.
Okay, so that is it. Look, Roberto Luongo. I'm almost 90%. If it's not, it's his brother is right behind Pat. It's so funny.
They're in Fort Lauderdale, so yeah.
Bobby Lou in the house. I'm pretty sure, but I don't think they highlight the hockey players the way they highlight the.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, well,
players.
Yeah, but I think they're in Fort Lauderdale, so that would make sense.
Yeah. Pete Dunne on the way to the ring, folks. Get your predictions in. Remember, we take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. So do not forget to stick around. We want to know how you feel about the wrestling. Sorry. So you're saying how many tickets have moved?
48,000, little over 48,000 as of the 16th. So as of 3 days ago. So they still have about 5,000 or so available.
Why only 5,000 available? Like 48 plus 5.
The setup is for 52.
Why is the setup for 52 when they did 80 last year? I know you don't work for the company.
Setup is for 53,832. And the tickets distributed so far is 48,184. That's of 3 days ago.
It's been a little quiet on that whole like record-breaking gate.
Well, we talked about this, and again, I don't remember if this was the members-only stream or where exactly we have brought this up, but I'll say it now. We don't see people just buying tickets to buy tickets to support the movement. This isn't quite so much. Thank you, Sam. But this isn't quite the Woodstock, movement when it comes to wrestling anymore. It's kind of outshined, its glimmer and its luster pretty fastly. So it's really kind of trimmed down. I think that's part of why they're going to Texas next year.
Yeah, I think that's 100% why. But again, Texas is still a big building. Like, it's a stadium. Like, I'm concerned being, now maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they know something I don't, and I'm rooting for them. I'm cheering for them. I'm just questioning. Like we saw what just happened with Grand Slam moving venues. Like, are they going to fill the stadium in Texas, or is it going to be a big egg on the face?
I'm gonna keep saying this. Everybody's gonna eventually be saying this. When you heard it here first. They're going to focus most of their shows. That's why they had a residency in Texas. That's why they're moving all into Texas, because it's going to be cheaper for them to run shows there. They're going to get the tax breaks, etc. They already know that they're going to establish and carve out their little niche there and Florida, and that's what they're going to run. It's getting too expensive to do these big, Wembley shows. That's why I think the Australia idea would be interesting only if Australia is going to pay for it or anything like that, which I doubt. We still don't have a media rights deal. I think that they're trimming as much fat as they can, and they're getting closer and more domestic.
I think so too, but it's
fair
funny.
Enough. Go ahead.
No, it's just funny because they would never. they outwardly are doing one thing or saying one thing or presenting one thing. Meanwhile, as it's happening, as they're saying one thing, the opposite is kind of how it's the old Wizard of Oz. Pay no
attention to the man behind the curtain.
But Sheamus giving some love to Pat.
Right. As Sheamus has been getting control of Dunne here. So, he just boots him off the apron here.
RK bro. Let's go. What do you think of get a 4-way at No Mercy? Dunne, Hendry, Wes, and Ego. Oh, well, that's cheeky.
And stomping on the already, braced up hand onto the ring steps here. And just Sheamus, it helps him being so goddamn pale as high 100. Let's see if we can get to 110, 120, etc., etc. Him being so pasty white pale, like every bruise, nick, scratch, anything like that just lights up on him.
Oh, yeah. His skin turns red if the wind hits it, Nick. Like, it's crazy. It's one of the advantages of being
he's the only man that can get a sunburn on a cloudy day.
Yeah, there's not too many people I get to look at and go, wow, you're chalky. So yeah, Sheamus qualifies.
Right.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. But I mean, as far as being a professional wrestler, he's like an open canvas.
Yeah, it's that old school. What's like too, even with Drew, if you saw the shots after last week, to where his back's just lit up from that belt.
Okay. Yeah. No, it looked great. Again, like that's why everyone's assuming strap match, which I mean would elevate the story.
Right. Wizard said, I got nobody for the win. I think this match ends in a DQ.
It could.
Perhaps.
But I don't know. I like Dunne.
I don't think Dunne's long for NXT. I think this helps pole vault him back into like the IC title scene. Like we could get a Pete Dunne versus a Braun Breaker for the IC belt. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I don't think the NXT thing's long for him. And I do think like we saw him kind of dealing with Trick. I think it's just bring down his experience. We've already heard reports of him working in the back, producing matches. So going down and working with, like, you see a guy like Trick who has all the potential in the world kind of stumble for the first time in his career. You put him around, you've seen what they've done. They put him in there with veterans to kind of help him get through this, slow his matches down, find the rhythm,
just kind of pull him aside and see, this is when you should be pause it up here and you slow up here to accentuate and sell this. Like, he seems like he's going to be, dare I say, and this might be a big fucking chip to put on his shoulder, but like he'll be William Regal in the going years. I think he'll be that kind of mind that gets kind of leaned on. Like they seem so similar that I feel like that's just the next slot that he slides into.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And as we're still in a commercial break, folks, they need to start hitting the TNA type arenas, but y'all didn't hear that from me. Something that this came up during our members only chat. By the way, folks, if you're not a member yet, we do monthly-ish members only chat. So become a member and join the fun chit chat. Who knows what we're going to be talking about? The Bacon Club. But this, I mean, it's got a point. Like, TNA gets to brag. We sold out. It might be 1,700 people. It might be 2,200 people. But we sold out. Opposed to, we had 2,700 people in a barn that can fill fucking 20,000, 18,000, 15,000. It's a much better vibe, look, feel. We've talked about this ad nauseum, Nick, but at least TNA
it's
sell out.
Really, it's just staying in fucking lane. That's why I keep saying I think they really did well with the residency, and they do well at Daly's Place, a la NXT Full Sail. I think if they do stuff like that, and it's even like TNA did it for a while of running at Universal, I believe, that it works out if you build in that. They need to stay to smaller venues regardless, but I think they need to just pitch up a fucking spot and just kind of coast there for a while.
Look,
he's just give this man a tissue.
He is exploding. Like, Pete Dunne is making Sheamus's face explode as what will be one of the most memed things of the week.
Right. Look, he's literally beating the fucking piss, tar, and snot out of this man.
Right. Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
Dunne is just laying waste to
But
Sheamus.
Sheamus just said everybody, like what everybody was saying. I named you Butch, you should have been named bitch. And then just
Maxine versus Ivy Niles still to come. Barber.
I think that's where we get, spooky dookie, Uncle Howdy.
For sure.
Right.
So AEW is basically combining FCW and WCCW in a sense. And I think Nick's onto something really great here. And if it does come to be, Nick will be the first one to throw his hands up. Because
so you better source me, bitch.
Yeah, fucking A. And again, to me, it's not a bad plan. It's like, again, they got this shaky foundation. So why not pull back and get stable and fill up shows that are bumping? Because you want the TV audience to tune in and see that energy, see that vibe, and be like, this is something cool I got to watch, opposed to dark, dingy, echoey arenas. It's only for their best. Like, sometimes a step backwards is a step forward.
Absolutely. And this will be the last thing I say as we've got still this match is we've got Pete Dunne right now hitting the beats of the Bowery on Sheamus. 8-9. So yeah, Pete Dunne's still fucking fantastic. And I'm so glad that we've got him out of the Butch gimmick. And it's funny that this whole feud's centered around that.
Right. I love that shot. Sheamus gets back up and says,
Bro,
I got more for you, baby.
So right now I have a whole thunderstorm going on. So literally I had thunder and the thunder rolls. As literally Sheamus just pops up like fucking Michael Myers behind fucking Pete Dunne here.
That's just the taker, bro. That's taker.
Literally 100%.
Nick's got lightning in honor of Nick.
Thunder roll. And the lightning strike.
I'm getting a little karma. My shit just flickered.
There we go. So yeah, let's go back to the other one. Let's go back.
I'm being smited.
Smite me, almighty smiter.
Anthony saying the most fun he had on stream with members only. I laughed my hat off. Yeah, folks, we do the members only Bacon Club. Everyone gets to hang out. We just shoot the shit, shoot the breeze, some wrestling talk. And then God knows, you might end up talking about the Real Housewives of who knows what and who knows where. But it's a real fun time. Oh! I got lightning too, everybody. The global storm.
Right. Literally, I am Thor. Hear me roar. But
listen, ladies and gentlemen, if the world goes up, find us. We will broadcast live through the whole thing.
Facts. Absolutely. We'll be here till the lights go out. But
just look like Cloverfield. That's all.
Underrated movie. But,
the first one, yeah.
What?
Yeah, the OG, like the first.
Yeah, the original. Yeah, underrated movie and shit. Yeah, one of my favorite movies.
2-2. What a banger of a match. They weren't lying.
Right? I'm still just trying to recover from this man. Hit a knee mid like moonsault and just literally.
Sheamus needs a new shirt. He's got that nice new green shirt. He's got to change it to say bangers and boogies.
Oh, God.
Pete Dunne literally beat the snot out of this man.
But that's the thing is literally the crowd saying this is awesome and this is warranted. This is what we've come to expect with the mid-card scene of WWE right now.
Look at this.
Go back to your work. Oh,
I've never seen this before.
He's literally putting his hand
never
through the ring with a ring buckle.
I've never seen this before.
Cole even says he's basically got him handcuffed. Oh!
Yo, I got to pause. I think I'm a hiccup ahead of you.
Bro kick. Yeah.
Shut
One,
wow.
2, 3.
I don't know. Wow.
Sheamus gets the win. Wow.
What a match.
Let's go, though, because we both weren't like, Pete Dunne's going to win this because they're going to do like Pete Dunne versus Braun Breaker. Nope, Sheamus ain't going out like that, my dog.
No, we got to put some respect on his name. He a vet. And listen, Pete Dunne looked like the absolute badass in that whole match. Like, it was like, okay, we got our shot off and we made it count. But my God, Sheamus took the Why are you dressed like Ninja Turtles?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Favorite Ninja Turtle and co.
Odyssey Jones. Dude, sorry, I popped at Odyssey Jones.
What is he dressed up as? Like
Wigglypuff. Wigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff.
Hey, Marshmallow Man. But yeah, no, we've got Austin. Xavier out here as Donatello, and we've got Kofi as Michelangelo, and Odyssey's, he's Mr. White Christmas. He's Mr. 10 Below.
Jesus. He's the fucking what's the monster?
Ralph?
Ralph? Raphael.
Ralph. Oh, yes. Oh, right. Yes. Everyone, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Mine's clearly Raphael.
Michelangelo.
Raphael.
Would you say?
Raphael.
Okay. You would be Raphael, though. Yeah.
That's very indicative. I have is me in it's a Polaroid. So this is going to date me like a motherfucker. It's a Polaroid of me in an Ames department store as a little kid with a whole Raphael Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pajama set meeting a dude in food.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how old I am. Is when you could have pictures on Polaroids in Ames department stores were a thing.
Do kids even get what fucking Andre 3000 singing about? Anyway,
no, I was wondering what you kept doing. I was like, is this man just kind of like having a stroke right now? Do you smell burnt toast, KJ? Do you smell burnt toast?
Bit. No, I think that's very indicative. Raphael, hot-tempered,
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
Michelangelo, just chill. I want my pizza.
Just chill. I like. I'm gonna say this on purpose, folks, but I liked my nunchucks growing up.
Well, and 100%, if there is a vitamin user out of the Ninja Turtles, it is absolutely Michelangelo.
Right. All he wanted to do was chill out and eat pizza. He didn't want to fight crime. He just leave me alone, bro.
But just like the worst combinations too of like marshmallows and jelly beans on like a cheese pizza, like with actual just like regular tomato sauce and everything. Like, what are we doing?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a commercial break. The night is flying by so far. Great start. Sheamus and Pete Dunne, a hell of a match. Again, a really, really strong match. And Sheamus picks up the win, but barely picks up that win. They're not done yet, I'm assuming.
No, and still, that's an impressive-ass win to where he's literally, you see him get his hand stomped in the turnbuckle, which we've never seen that before. You literally slid this man's hand in the turnbuckle pad, so it's literally got nothing but, the damn, actual metal buckle to hit against and everything, and just boost it right in there. And then Sheamus just rips the shit off and just bro kick 1, 2, 3.
Right. That's insane.
He just Irish hulked up.
I like the fact that the finish came out of left field. Like, it was just like bang. And like, I like that finish. And I can't be mad that I didn't get the result I want, because I mean, again, Pete Dunne doesn't look bad. Pete Dunne looks like he slipped up and got caught.
Well, and 100%, and it still gets over how impactful the bro kick is. And still, WWE, especially right now, does enough well with their matches, their storytelling within matches, that even if you want a fantasy book in your own head, a different outcome, if you don't get what you want, the match still went well enough that you're like, I can still take it. I still accept it. Like, it's not what I wanted. It's what I got, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was still good. Still good. But yeah, we are rolling through this commercial break, folks. Remember, we are back tomorrow. We're here all week long, including this weekend, as we head to London for All In. Our preview show Thursday night. We're going to go through all the matches. The members got a little preview of our preview for the upcoming pay-per-view. We're looking forward to it. Remember, folks, we watch more live wrestling than anybody else out there. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like button, get in that chat. I want to get back to triple digits, folks. So get in there, be a friend, tell a friend, and we're here all week long.
Absolutely. Well, even Thoughts by Trees, shout out my homie. 100%, that was a great match. That literally the match ended as the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome."
Right? Yeah, no, the crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." It went back and forth. I don't think they shake up the. Oh, Dale said, by the way, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
I think Woods. So they just focus on the fact that Woods clearly is not feeling this shit again. So Odyssey.
Could that be? Sorry to cut you off. Could this be or Karrion Kross just is the Baron Zemo of this shit, and he just wants to cause civil war amongst the New Day,
right? Divide and conquer.
He doesn't want exactly Xavier to join him. He just wants him to turn on Kofi and just to dissolve the New Day, which is still kind of a shit feud, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I really don't know, unless they prove me wrong, I really don't know how you work Woods into the final testament. I don't get
he
how
just
that
straightens his hair and puts on eyeliner. Emo Woods now.
Right. As they are going through the Fanatic series or the Fanatic Fest, whatever it was.
Fucking Comic-Con for sports.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the head of Fanatics and everything said, or Fanatics themselves at least put out that WWE fans showed out in fucking droves. Like there was the only things that was there that was constantly sold out was the WWE stuff.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't think they'll actually shake up the New Day for a major pay-per-view. Marvin, I don't know if they just if they garner a pay-per-view spot to do something. Like I think they're at a point now. Would you agree, Nick? Like we can get you can have Woods turn on Raw. Like we don't.
Oh yeah, that's not one of those of a an MJF Osprey.
No,
happening on Wednesday. That you can 100% have Woods turn and have the New Day angle. Well, absolutely on a Monday Night Raws.
There you go.
We're getting the badass, Braun Breaker video package here.
I love it. I like these packages, man. They This Is Who I Am by Houston X and B Sams.
But this is kind of what we've said that is only going to amplify this dude. Now that they've put the belt on him, you just make him look like a goddamn monster, a world beater.
Yeah, and on top of that, Nick, this might be the only thing you see of him this week. Let's say it is.
Absolutely.
Right? Again, it just keeps him in your mind, keeps him front of mind, reminds you that he's a badass, reminds you that he's cooking. And then it makes you think, oh, I wonder if he's on the card. Like, I wonder if we're getting him tonight. And if you don't, you want to see him next week.
Absolutely. There's enough talent on Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Raw is used well enough that, again, like you said right there, you nailed it on the head of this could be the only bit we see of Braun Breaker, but you still got to see him. It doesn't, you don't miss anything. You don't lose anything. That they can't have everybody out here for promos and have matches and everything because there's so much good shit going on.
Yeah. What character would you? We answered that. So you're going Raphael. I'm going Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Wrong guy won. I don't think it's fair to say that. I don't think I can say that or commit to that. I'm going to call you Henry. But, I mean, again, because Sheamus can't always lose, Nick. And, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, Pete Dunne looked like an absolute badass who got clipped with a finisher. And I like that a finisher is a finisher. Like, he finished him.
And he still got up, and it still had that little kind of smirk on his face and everything. So you still know that this probably isn't the end of this. And we've talked about he still got involved with NXT, so maybe you didn't want to give anything away with that per se. But this isn't going to be the last match between Pete Dunne and Sheamus, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. If Odyssey Jones gets serious, I can see him being the new Mark Henry. That's I think we touched on this completely of the idea of him being the heavy for Woods, and I would buy into him a lot more. I agree.
Somebody gonna get the ass whooped. Somebody gonna get the wigs.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely Roberto Luongo. Bobby Lou to the right, to the left.
By the way, that's Robbie Lawler. Yeah,
and it's Robbie Lawler right next to him.
Luongo. Robbie Lawler,
Bobby Lou and Lawler right now.
Roberto Luongo, and then Robbie Lawler right to the left of Pat. As now we're getting Ivy now and Maxine backstage. She literally, Maxine constantly looks like she's a fucking alien or something. Like, I don't know what it is. I know people want to like her. She constantly looks like a mix between an alien and a fembot. She looks like she'd be out there like, thank you, Otis. I will.
Mm-hmm. In all due respect, she is all kinds of gangly. She is a lot of limb. And she's got like
the constant look of confusion on her face.
Well, Oh
She
shit!
literally looks like she's never seen human life before.
Right. Sheamus was like the Hulk, getting more angry and amped the more Pete Dunne heard him. As we are with American Made new T-shirts.
Bro, there's so much. They so much want to be American, like the
Yeah.
world's greatest tag team, and I dig it. I hate American Made. I still think they should have just gone Diamond Mine. All you had to switch out was Roddy versus Gable, and it's the same shit.
Right. I think they should have stayed Alba Academy, and the ones that got kicked out get new names. Like, sorry. Why
Beta
are they
bitches or something? What?
Beta
What were they called?
Like
Beta
what
brigade.
How do you have an academy and you lost the instructor? What are you the academy of now?
Well, and Otis keeps still wearing free Otis shirts. Like, you're free, my guy.
Free,
what are you trying to get free from now?
American Made. Oh, look, they
I
got
like
a whole
JD, American Made in China shirts.
Facts.
But that's why you need to go to our merch store, because we don't have any of that sugar honey iced tea.
The fest in NYC was a shit show, disorganized. Were you there? If you can come back and jump in the chat and say, yeah, I was there and it was messy, I saw a lot of video. I saw a lot of reports. I talked to a lot of people. I heard it was outstanding. So, yeah, I don't think you're accurate, but maybe you were there.
I've seen one or two people that have had this weird, as we go to commercial, as Maxine's coming out. They had to replug. They had to plug her back in so she could finish the rest of the entranceway. They had to cut to commercials. They could put a fucking charger on her. The only thing I saw was this really weird and kind of, I think, shitty take from somebody that was like all upset because they waited in line or whatever, had a babysitter for Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes left, like, I think it was probably like the third day early or something like that. And the person was like, do better, Cody, when it's all like this man flew out, Luke Harper's, Brody Lee's kid to this and like first class, like you see the kid out in a private jet eating cheesecake and everything. He's giving the weight belt to Wyndham's kid at a house show and everything. Now, granted, I know those are wrestlers' kids and everything, but the man's out here doing so goddamn much, like, because you didn't get an autograph and everything. I understand it sucks, but you don't got to go at these people like they owe you a fucking service or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, it is what it is. I heard a lot of good things about it. So, again, it is what it is.
That's the only negative thing I'd heard. So.
Yeah. But again, I want to hear from people that were there that can speak to it. Just I read something online. I saw it, and it's got to be
somebody at Twitter said they didn't like it. So,
right. Biggie said he could be cleared in the next 12 months. Look, the priority with Biggie is quality of life, and if he feels like he's in a place that he's good to go, let's go. It's gonna be huge.
Oh, that will be tears. That will be emotional, 100%, if he's actually back there and able to go. But again, like you said, it's absolutely quality of life. I will be happy if he's never go in the wrestling ring in a wrestling capacity ever again. Of just to still, you get him as a personality, you still get him able to do everything, and just still him being around is much better than him, the worst potential case scenario. And that's the worry. Yeah.
Maybe we will get KJ and Nick to comment on Braun Breaker versus Jacob Fatu. Bit of a dream match feel to it, of like, shit, I'd be in no time soon. But
yeah, no, that's probably a year or so down the road. You're
like more than that, like shit.
Really? Well, fair enough. I mean, I still want to see Jacob versus KO, like you've talked about. Yeah, I think we're clearly at some point, and that's the match I ultimately want. Is Jacob versus Roman. That, to me, I'm more excited about that versus Solo versus Roman.
Well, imagine my surprise where I'm there fucking like beating the drum of like Jacob KO, and they're like, KO gets a title shot. Wait, why? What? Okay. But I do want that KO Solo battle.
KO Fatu.
I said Solo, yeah. Jacob, my bad. Too many Samoans.
No, and it's still interesting. Like, you kind of backslid into like, well, I don't get Jacob, but he is fighting for the world title, so
right.
Kind of hard to complain.
Right. Ivy's got a new entrance.
Does she have the lay like the fucking Samoans, or is this Greek?
That's her chain. She always had that. That's her chain.
No, that flowery shit behind her on the Titantron.
Oh yeah, I don't know why.
It looks like the Ulafala. It looks like kind of like that. It looks little, or that, or like the fucking Greek,
right?
Like, Trojan man.
Welcome to the toga party.
Right.
Ivy looks like a soccer mom that likes to party at the weekend. Okay.
Hey, me and my husband were looking at you from across the bar. We really
Ivy looks
like that's all of the fucking portal control that's coming up in the tag match.
Oh,
do we get howdy?
Jump start.
Maxine out here looking like the fucking mom for Regina George from Mean Girls.
Oh, okay. Not as bad as I thought that was going to be.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that's not Tina Fey. Who was it? That's also with Tina Fey. She was in Moving On. Yeah, she just hulked up like a mother with a suplex on the outside.
I'm just waiting for her knees to click the wrong way and she jump up onto the ceiling.
I'm just waiting for her to snap around and be like, I need sugar water.
Shut up.
That's why she's got the prime right there. I'm still expecting, like, when do we get howdy? At this point, I don't think there's going to be an end to this match. If you want to give a prediction on this match, folks,
Ivy wins, and then she has to feel the wrath.
I don't even know if we get to a win or we get to like where she's gonna pin her, and then we get like true, the lights go off.
Right. Ivy looks like a John Wick villain. Lights off, lights out.
Pause for have a hiccup.
As you were saying, Nick.
Right, but literally like boop boop, because you're like a tap ahead. Oh, we got the Fireflies. Lights completely out right now. Literally, as I said, we didn't even get part of the way through the match.
No, not even a little bit.
Nikki?
Yeah, Nikki's not happy, right? I mean, I like it. Get Nikki into something good. Remember, Nikki's a brawler, man.
She needs to be involved in something.
Ivy, just run!
Run!
Why are you not running?
Your legs work!
Get out!
Run, bitch! Run!
She behind you. Oh, Alpha shows up. Or not Alpha, American Made. They're going to be Alpha for a long time.
American Gladiators.
We're going to get the whole fam. Here's the pop. They're here.
And unmasked too. I think it's now that they've taken their mask off. Now they ain't putting it on as Nikki's just wailing away on Ivy.
And we got a brawl, folks. We got a brawl. And lightning.
And the thunder.
And you effed up chance. You effed up chance from the crowd.
Yeah, literally. This is insane, though. They all just look so badass. And this still works because it's not at all super, like, full spooky. It's not full mystique and everything like that. Oh.
Why now?
Gable's literally now just facing out all of them. Just run!
And the crowd is losing it. So anyone thinks that this is falling flat or not working? Hey!
No!
Sister Abigail! Let's go!
A little more feathery with the hair, not quite so much the braids. Little more feathery, little more ziggly puff. But yeah.
Dude.
Michael Cole calling Chad Gable the sacrificial carcass. Tony K, how apropos a name, saying, why can't AEW be like this? Because of you.
How do we buy those guys?
Right.
Oh, we got a strap. We got a strap.
Strap on and strap in, folks.
From one thing to the next, we go from Sister Abigail.
Is this now? I'm asking this. Or do we get a dog collar or anything like that? Like, does he essentially do? Well, hear me out.
What do you got?
Is it essentially like almost if he didn't come out with it, could he have done
Yes.
Damn near like what he did with the MGF promo when he called him out for a dog color match. I feel like we're going to get very close to that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think so. But they're putting it on Front Street. Now, everybody who, like, you want to hook people to come back after this commercial break. By the way, folks, we are in commercial. But as we went to commercial, Punk is heading towards the ring, and he's clearly got a strap around his neck. So
he got that strap on. Pause.
Strap in and strap on. It's going to be a fun one, folks. As we are still flirting with triple digits.
We've been there. We've crossed the threshold. Let's see if we can stay above that threshold. As I like MDB out here. We got the strap. Shazonia. We got the strap. Play hit. I fit to drill you. Strap match. Christian, I would call that 1.5. What?
1.5 what?
I don't know. You clicked on that part. We got to find the other part. We got. It's like skin, Nicolas Cage out here with we got to find the secrets.
Right. Strap match. Yeah, it definitely looks like we're setting up a strap match between Punk and Drew. And dude, I mean, we only got 3 matches for this card. If that's the 4th match, Berlin's shaping up real nice.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's really interesting too, because we talked about it being a strap match literally as soon as they were out there, whipping each other with the goddamn belt and everything. So we're like, this is setting up for that stipulation. Now, does this mean we don't get the Hell in the Cell at Bad Blood? Yes.
Maybe not. Again, there's a lot of rumors about different directions they could go with Hell in the Cell and such.
Roman versus Solo.
That'd be insane. But yeah, no, I agree with it. I think
you
that's
have
definitely
just tear down the door like Kane, just rip it off the fucking hinges. He laid out the OTC in a walking boot.
In a walking boot, like ran like it wasn't even there. Like his leg wasn't inhibited
because he's probably not actually injured.
Shut up. You might be right. He looked pretty.
Well, I think it kind of shows that right there.
But it's so hard to tell with one of the Samoans, right? That he could have broke his ankle.
It's so good. It's
right?
almost
He could have
like
broken his ankle in 6 spots. Right? We don't know. Hey, they just showed Ricochet in an ad for a live show coming to Canada.
Oh,
just like jumping off the cage. They didn't advertise him.
Hey, but still, no, but even then, you still use the footage. And we've still talked about this multiple times. Oh, it's funny how we had all these big signees that were moments away from signing with AEW, but then everything got quiet on the Western Front. Yeah. And then what happened about that? We were supposed to have a media rights deal done within a month. We're going on exclusivities already passed by. Now you can, take on all comers. Pause. Mm-hmm. So getting interesting.
Right? You tease a big announcement, and the big announcement's it's a big announcement. You're not wrong, but it's not the one we're waiting on. And the way you made it sound, it was a lot of us thought it might be what we are waiting for. Right. But it isn't. We'll see. It's very interesting. I feel like a little bait and switch might be happening of like, we got some good news, we got some bad news.
No, they, to their credit, they do a really good job of hyping up not so great news and acting like it's the greatest news. So the bad news just slips by you.
Right. No, yeah, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors sometimes. Should any wrestlers invoke a casket or buried alive match? Well, I mean, the crew we just saw on TV could probably pull it off.
Well, we already going to have one actually this Sunday on All In. We're going to see Darby versus Jack Perry in a casket match.
As we go to a pre-tape with the Terror Twins, Damian Priest. And again, these little pre-tapes are better than sending Damian to the ring sometimes.
I think we are going to get a match, though.
We are. We're 100% getting the mix matchup.
Well, no, I'm saying beyond that. I'm saying tonight.
Oh, tonight? I don't know what we're getting from them tonight.
Maybe. Damian versus Finn's something that I could see to where that ends up being like a casket or anything like that, or a buried alive. That might have that kind of, takery vibe to it.
Right.
See?
Oh, no.
Your Honor, I'd like to bring in my client's sworn testimony back in the trial here. We have new evidence into the case here. As she even said what I was saying, of it was me and Damian.
She said what I said about what she said.
Right.
So what is it that she's saying that you said that she said she said?
Because she's saying how her and Damien kept Dom safe. It was those two working together the whole time that kept him where he was at, and we're trying to keep him in check. I don't care, Anthony. I'm the one here with the microphone.
I literally scrolled down to find that. As here comes CM Punk. And I do want to ask you, we kind of, because everything's happening so fast, right? I do want to talk about the relevancy. Holy hell! Of the Wyatt Six. Are they doing what they need to be doing, and are we enjoying it? But we'll come back to that.
I would say yes, because it's not oversaturated. Like, this is already, it does enough to tickle that itch, but it doesn't do enough to where you're scratching it too much and starts to bleed, if that makes any bit of sense. Right. You ain't feeding fully for it, but it does enough to scratch that itch.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I think it's enough. And I always, a big part of it is, how is the crowd reacting to it all? And they went ballistic tonight when that happened.
Oh, absolutely. Right. I call a mistrial, Your Honor. Is this Punk just proven that he's just a brown belt in jiu-jitsu? He's got to come out wearing his brown belt.
Right. I didn't connect those dots, but I'll take your word for it.
I was just guessing. I'm just throwing shit at the wall.
I got enough of vitamins to believe you.
Hey, but still, I like, though, and this shows a testament to Pat, of how everybody that's, whether it's Punk, Sheamus, what have you, they're making sure they come up and they, thanks for doing this, brother. Like,
right.
All of that. Yeah.
CM Punk is in the ring doing a victory lap. I love it.
You're such a fucking hoe. I love it.
I like the fact that he gives us the victory lap, but like with the mic up, almost to say, it's better with a crowd.
Well, to show how loud the crowd is.
Right.
Bet you can't do that.
Wow. Anybody doubting how over Punk is right now? As the building lights up. Welcome to the CM Punk Revenge Tour. Making Drew McIntyre a living hell. This has been a battle, man. It's been good. And you watch a natural story progression. It's beautiful when they do it right.
Absolutely. Yes.
Boo.
I'm putting over the Panthers.
Boo. Where's my button?
Is this because he's a Blackhawks fan, so Western Conference, so he doesn't have, a stake fully in that?
Nah, he's just pandering.
Yeah.
He's getting the cheap local pop. He gave us a Mick Foley.
Blow kisses to the people.
Right?
By the people.
But listen, the entire building is standing. Did Punk get hair pumps?
I'm waiting, honestly, and I'm going to say this, and we can move on afterwards. There will be a documentary in probably 3 years' time that it'll be like the day AW died, and it's when Punk at All In, or it'll be the fucking brawl out.
I really hope it's not that soon, but at some point, the real stories will come out. They always do, and I think it will be very intriguing to see when people are no longer being pinned down by a wallet. What happens? I want all these NDAs.
Get on that.
If you guys are all innocent and self-righteous and you did nothing wrong, you don't need NDAs. Let the story be public if you were in the right.
Fair enough. But like I said, moving on, we've got WWE's version of Hugh Jackman out here with CM Punk.
Right. I'm with you, Mega.
Mega out there, the Panthers with an Edmonton avatar. So I think
I'm with him.
I'm biased. Well, in Canada, so yeah.
We on a hot. Okay.
So is this what it's going to be? It's going to be freaks versus sickos, because now we've got Punk out there saying, you want to know why we're on a hot streak? It's because all you freaks up there. So we're going to get freaks versus sickos, and we couldn't add more to this fucking fire.
Right. Wow. Coming from a Blackhawks fan. I mean, fair enough. AW the day. Yeah. Ooh.
Is it? I honestly kind of halfway just thought of that because I had, a long time ago. I can still remember. I had that stuck in my head. So I was like, how can I tie it in?
The day
Hey.
the elite
The
died.
con died. Said my Mr. Brooks, you there was one on Saturday. Yes, they did by the skin of their chinny chins against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the preseason.
Right. Freak is Scott Steiner joining the WWE.
He's a big bad booty daddy.
Right. Did someone say
Holler,
freak?
if you hear me.
Ripley say is live discount Ripley. All right, main event girl. We're gonna try that one again. CM
Right.
pandering, yes. Baby face as death.
That broke me. That broke me.
Keyshawn, thank you for that. Good to know. Let's go, Buffalo.
The freaks in the
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the kind words, sir. What?
Sorry, I didn't know I was interrupting. I was just saying how Punk's bigging up all the bracelets that he's got from all the fans. So I guess tied in of we were shouting out Kevin, giving us a shout out. But thank you. Sorry.
Ridley is the host. Ridley? Who's Ridley?
Ridley, believe it or not.
All right, here's the fans. They're like, they're talking about bracelets again. I don't get it.
Nah.
No, now they're booing Chicago. You bastards.
He put your fucking hockey team over and you're going to turn around and do his own down?
See you on the flip side. Drew.
I still want to go back probably after tonight. And if I can, rewatch this promo versus him for the dog collar with MJF and
very
see
interesting
how close they are. And I'm sure they probably won't be super close, but I feel like it's that same kind of vibe almost a little. Wants to be connected to me. Where's the bracelet? I think it's
with my wife's.
He called me the devil, you know.
AJ Lee Chance in the building, Nick.
That brings me to the news I have. Yeah. I made Drew a bracelet, and it's the strap.
You guys want to hear the news?
Oh, I can hear you. You guys want to make a bracelet for? Do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go outside and play.
We're gonna have a strap match.
Right.
There we go. And touch a traditional strap match. You got to touch all four buckles, buddy.
I'm going to be attached to Drew just like how bad he wants to be attached to me. Yeah.
So I can whip this bitch.
Hey, but good on you. It's a stipulation we haven't really seen, to my memory, recently in WWE. We've seen it in wrestling recently.
Here comes Drew.
Oh, just take the bracelet and like ping, right in between the eyes. But we haven't seen this type of a stipulation in WWE of recent memory.
No.
And it's a way to elevate this without feeling like it's the final act.
Yeah.
Like this probably isn't the final act of this.
No.
This is a good Return of the Jedi type of, second act with this.
It's storytelling. I mean, this can continue because it's been so entertaining. It is great storytelling. They found a way to get Seth out of the way again. Seth will tie back into it later. But again, now we elevate. We go to a strap match. You don't start with the death match, Nick, and then work your way down to a 20-minute time limit draw, one fall match.
Right. Sorry, I will just correct myself because I was a bad Star Wars fan there for half a second of It's a New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi is the third one. So we're I correcting myself on that. We're at the Empire Strikes Back. I'm a bad nerd.
Right. AJ Lee on a forklift. Let's go. Drew's my hero. The winner needs a title match potentially, and he accepts. It's official.
Let's go. Now where's Pierce to come running out to make this official?
Right. I need a receipt. Oh.
For what happened to me last week. So again, this is tying into you whoop the piss tar and leather out of me. So
right.
Hey, so he's gonna collect on his debts right now.
Mm-hmm. You wait. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we gave him a teaser last week. Let's give him the full motion picture this week.
Right.
How do you win a strap match? You have to touch all 4 turnbuckles in succession, usually, to win the match.
Yeah, well, you have to do that, and then is it you do that, then you pin your opponent, or is it just that?
Just the touch, as far as I remember.
I always hate that's halfway bullshit. You at least gotta fucking pin your opponent. I feel like you have to do all 4, then pin.
Then pin.
And the kick out restarts the fucking counter.
Drew's got the bracelet. They should have a barbed wire death match. Keyshawn wants all the blood. Let's go.
No.
Yeah, that sounds. Ronan, you might be right on that, bro.
Actually,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. It's much safer and happier home with me.
Oh. I like how they keep even tying in like the safer and everything.
Right.
They're still backhand and talking about things, but they're not. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, strap match in Berlin. The pay-per-view shaping up nicely, my guy.
Well, I was going to say, so that would be as Punk just whips the ropes, just look how tough I am. So this is going along with Cody Rhodes and Gunther, or sorry, Gunther and Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, the Terror Twins versus Dom and Liv. Oh, speaking of them.
Yes. Oh, these two are a little more affectionate, Nick. I got to be honest. I know you got some hurt feelings about losing the wrestling court, but they seem so lovey-dovey. I'm a romantic. They seem so happy.
I can't call into question, Your Honor, someone's affinity and comfort level with affection. But yeah, they look like fucking Bonnie and Clyde. They look like the fucking couple, that you want to just like punch in the face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes them work, because they're literally like, we're grown adults. And we're like, you fucking whippersnapper. If you stepped on my lawn, I'd beat the shit out of you.
Right. Mr. Golfer, it's not about the bracelet. It's about the hatred, and it's about holding something over someone's head. It's the implication of it all. It's the symbolism, Nick.
Well, you went fucking Dennis there from Always Sunny.
Right?
It's the implication. I always like it's the symbolism. I still think it's a little bit golfers out here feeling like a golf buddy of one, Vincent Kennedy, a little bit of, well, is it a world title match for a belt? So, I mean, that's an accessory. Yep. Same thing as a bracelet. So it all depends on how you present it.
I mean, we're going to have to watch an FTW title match. It's a belt that is not acknowledged and is not legitimized by the company it's being defended, highlighted, and advertised on. And
I wish its holder, too, was not acknowledged or backed by
promoted. Yeah, exactly. So as the New Day Turtles enter the ring with
the New Day Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja New Day. Teenage Mutant Ninja New Day. New Day in a half shell. Kofi Power.
But ladies and gentlemen, we head to a commercial break. Odyssey Jones, we will get a 6-man tag up next. Who are you taking? And folks, I will remind the people hanging out with us tonight, we are here all week long. Busy week ahead, all heading towards All In. Do not miss out. Be a friend, tell a friend. I want to see the channel continue to grow, continue to develop this wonderful utopia that we've had. So, yes, be a friend, tell a friend, spread the word. And again, we're here for every minute this week, Nick.
Absolutely. Being a bread friend if you're not telling your friends about the good gospel of wrestling out there, because we're here covering anything and everything. Trust me, all them other channels that like, oh, well, I watch wrestling. Yeah, they do maybe 1-2 shows. We've talked about it even again to bring up the member stream. And I think we even mentioned it outside of that too, of how you'll get people that'll be upset about Ring of Honor. Do you watch Ring of Honor? No, but I'm upset. Be upset about Collision. Do you watch Collision? No, and I'm upset. Okay, so then why can you be upset about a show you don't watch? We're out here watching anything and everything. We're out here watching rampages, collisions, NWAs, XPWs, GCWs, Wrestling Revolvers, House of Glories,
Progress.
Any sort of wrestling promotion with a 3-letter acronym, we got you covered.
And Progress Wrestling as well will be returning.
Yeah, that's more than 3, so I can't count past
that's a lot. No, it's fun, folks. And yeah, we're looking forward to All In Thursday, 8 p.m. We will do the preview and prediction show. Myself, Big Nick, and Anthony will be live. And of course, NXT tomorrow. Lots of intrigue going into that one. And Dynamite from Cardiff. We will be live for that as the go-home show for All In. Man, All In's going to be interesting. We're on a commercial break right now. Did anybody owe the new Judgment Day logo? I didn't see that. Was there a new one?
I have not seen, or I did not catch if it was a said new logo. I know that they were debating on if they were going to call them, street trash and everything. And then probably after 10 seconds realized that's probably not a good idea.
Yeah. I agree with that. The New Day.
No, I didn't know you were clicking. So
yeah, this weekend.
New Day and a half shell, New Day Power.
That's perfect. There is 2 Wrestling Revolver shows. I'm not sure that we're covering both. We will keep you posted on that. We got to look at how it all lines up. There's a shit ton of wrestling in the next 12 days.
Long story short, we're only human, and we already covered like 7 days of wrestling. So forgive us if we don't add in extra days. We don't cross that space-time continuum like Hogan did going to Japan. If he wrestled more days than there were in a year, according to Terry Bollea, because he did the fucking time warp over to Japan. So yeah, we don't do none of that, but we try and cover as much goddamn wrestling. And if we're not, then now we're even got review shows, etc. Like we got Anthony out there every Saturday with the TNA reviews, because we're always here Thursdays on a wrestling court or a dirt sheet debate, what have you.
100%. We never miss a beat, folks.
Sorry, and the beat goes on. But
right. As I will be right back.
Right. Bye. There we go. As KJ's taking a pause for the cause. And yes, I am commercial break right now. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything. But also, I will bring up too, we do have, because we've talked about fantasy football, or we've talked about at least the preseason of football and everything like that. We do also have a fantasy football league going on as well. So to avoid any sort of, multi-teams or anything like that, or ghost teams and anything like that, you've got to DM one of us. All of our socials are going right there below that. If you're in the Discord, DM one of us and we will give you the link so you can join the Fantasy Football League. All of that. As we're celebrating the 2024 Florida Panthers Stanley Cup right now as well. But yes, I will drop the Discord link in the chat as well. Again, you got to send one of us a DM so we can send you a link in that way. KJ takes a pause right as they acknowledge Roberto Luongo. The irony is only so fitting. As Mega saying, boo Florida. Damien, let's go Odyssey Jones for the win. So yes, we're about to kick off or we're at least about to get the Final Testament coming out here. So literally, as they're showing up, Jalen Brunson tweeting about it. So could we get like a Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Halliburton getting involved in WWE here? But yes, we've got the Final Testament coming out right now, but I will drop the Discord link. That way you can hit us up to join the fantasy football is what I was trying to say. You got a great show. Lads, are you tying in Morse code? Almost halftime so far. 8 out of 10. Well, yeah, actually, as we're 9:21 right now by my clock. So we've already gone through an hour and a half. Why do they have Paul Ellering out here looking like your grandpa that's like hanging out with your fucking biker friends or something? Like, he looks so out of place now, and all it took was putting a little fucking skull cap type thing on this man. But he literally just looks like your dad that wants to hang out with your tough friends, or like your wannabe tough uncle. But let me know, folks, whether you're taking Final Testament or the New Day. And I would say it is very much a New Day with Odyssey involved in here. Odyssey versus Shane Taylor would be Battle of the Baby Mama Bodies. MDB, you're not wrong. And honestly, I would really like Shane Taylor to actually be in WWE. I think he'd actually probably get used well. 100, like Shane Taylor Promotions, I would hope. Now, you worried they'd go the way of the Hurt Business, etc. If Shane Taylor, etc. was in WWE, but I mean, he's really not being used all too well in AEW as it is, but we are on our way with Kofi taking on Kross right now. So again, let me know who you're taking, folks. Craig saying we'd be at All In. There you go. Oh, hello. Did you hear that Bobby will be at All In? There you go, Craig. You got it in 2 comments. I have not heard that. I've heard the rumblings or whatever that he's going to, I guess, go to AEW with stops in Bloodsport and Japan, but I've also seen rumors saying that he's going to try and have a boxing match too as well. I'm going to say this, and this is my opinion. This is not the channel's opinion or anything. I've always kind of questioned how much Bobby, as springboard dropkick off the middle rope onto Kross from Kofi, I've questioned how much Bobby actually wants to be involved in wrestling. I think he wants to be involved athletically. I think 100% this is something that works for him. I really liked, honestly, his kind of Strikeforce Bellator run a bit. I think that probably better suited for what he wants to do with his self. So I honestly don't think that Bobby's going to do too much in wrestling post this non-WWE thing. I think that's why Bloodsport works so well, because he's going to lean towards that kind of combat sports-ish vibe, as I believe that was Akam, not Rezar, that just drilled Kofi with a Death Valley driver into the middle rope. As we're back in commercial break again already, as that's got to be what, commercial break 4 or 5 right now. As again, I did drop the Discord link, so again, probably be the last time that I mention it. If you want to be involved in the fantasy football league that we have going on, you can join the Discord and DM one of us, or our socials are completely scrolling down underneath that, and our links in the channel and the description of the video. So DM us, and then we'll send you the link, so that way we don't got any doppelgangers and none of that. You got to show your VIP pass. But Christian, what up? Damien, what up? Kevin, MDB, Steven, what's up, Nick? How many people sign up fantasy football? What time does it start? Steven, I was just getting through that. So for those who don't know, you got till the 24th The 24th right now is set up for our draft. So, yeah. Do your thing. Odyssey should have a leatherneck show. Are you just trying to call him like Baszler or something? Leatherback? What is going on here? New Day loses when then Woods walks out. Not a bad shout, Bash. Do we get the hi? I was going to talk about a turn, but we've got a return. But do we get a Woods, turn in this match?
Perhaps? I think so. I think it's got to be close. If it's not this match, it's when. Like, you can't drag this out forever.
Do you do it like the week of Berlin?
Yeah, why not?
Like this causes the tension, like it gets to its boiling point.
Yeah, I think so. They've highlighted him being disappointed. They've highlighted him being disgruntled, unhappy. So for my money, dude, I think that's 100%.
Does Odyssey take the pin here then?
I don't know. I think it's too soon for Odyssey to take the pin.
But is that what sets Woods over the end, over the edge of you invited this guy in and he turns around and he loses us the goddamn match and everything, and that's when he starts to just go a little off there? Or could it be of Woods ends up with taking the pin and then it causes doubt that way? Like it's weird to even think at this point that it's interesting who could take the pinfall in this. Hachu, my guy. But yeah, depending on who takes the pinfall, because Christ, do you even take Final Testament to take the win here? But yeah, if New Day loses, who takes the pinfall here could really kind of almost determine.
Kofi.
Right, but that's still I'm saying that could determine the fucking progression, choose the pathway of which this story goes. It's a little choose your own adventure here.
Yeah, my money's on Kofi.
Fair enough. Well, my money is on your face. Pause.
Yes, sorry.
There we go. As the Keebler Elf is just out here clamoring for cookies. So you should have just hit him with the fudge. Hashtag not sponsored.
Right.
Bro, if we were sponsored by Keebler, holy shit, my guy.
So that's my.
I'm gonna just show up here like diabetes to a stream.
I'm a sucker for a good cookie. Pause.
Favorite Keebler cookie is either the fudge, like the one with the fudge in between the two shortbread cookies, or their discount Samoas.
Their discount Samoas.
No, that's the new bloodline. Is their discount Samoans? The discount Samoas is the favorite cookie I like.
As the Final Testament is in full control. Oh, Kofi rolling out, though. Biscuits and gravy? What the hell?
The Festivus for the rest of us.
Right? Wrong.
Bro, why has no one ever had a Festus tree for the Festivus for the rest of us? If you just have like a cutout of Festus, of Gallows with the fucking...
Sorry, Nick. Sorry.
Very good. Tag it Odyssey.
Tag the Odyssey, but Woods, they basically zoomed in on his face. He's leaving.
Oh, I didn't know he was leaving right now. I saw him look with the face of disappointment, but so then I guess I'll make like the Turtles master Splinter and Splint.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick's taking a pause for the cause. Odyssey Jones in the ring on fire. Xavier Woods has walked out. He did not get the hot tag. He did not like that, and he is gonzo. As Karrion breaks up the pin attempt. Not a bad match. Fair enough. Off the ropes. Big clothesline. He's not little. It's down he goes. Trouble in paradise. But Akam, I think. So you guys were right. New Day was going to break up on Raw, not a pay-per-view. Yeah, I just didn't feel pay-per-view worthy. You're an Augie. Up and under. Big. Jeez. Huge slam by Jones. And they still win. They won short-handed. All right. Can we break up the Final Testament now? Is the Final Testament done? What is happening? Woods arguing with Kofi, and they still got the W. Yeah, 100%. That popped me earlier, JV. So Odyssey Jones gets the pin. And are we done with the Final Testament? Are we done with the Final Testament? Odyssey Jones just won with a deep 6. It was, yeah, pretty much a deep 6. Yeah, not quite. My man Kross needs to head to TNA. Facts, Anthony. Send him to TNA. Send the whole faction to TNA. Like, Paul Ellering out here looking like a retired rock and roll star. Just hasn't let it go yet. And now Xavier's back in the ring. All right. 3-0, 2-0. Kross is soft. Yeah, what's the point of this? Did we start the Final Testament? Did we ever start the Final Testament? It feels like it's over. It feels like we've hit the Final Testament. Like with all the dissension amongst Woods and Kofi, they still pick up a W. Even the distraction wasn't enough to cause a win. And they just look angry. They look ridiculous at the end. Especially with Paul. I'm sorry. Big Paul Ellering fan from back in the day. But my God, it's missing the mark now. We don't stop. As we're with the Terror Twins again. All right, all right. I have a feeling one of them is going to get jumped. Odyssey looks like a billiard ball. The light blue was an interesting choice. Oh, so Michael Cole acknowledging the passing of Alba. Right? He looks like the lead singer of Judas Priest. His grandfather. So we are getting the tribute package to Alba. A lot of really cool artwork and such out there right now, paying homage to the Wild Samoans, Alba and Sika. Why is Ring of Honor better than AEW? Is it? Is it, Sean? I don't know. That's a very good question. Do you feel like it is? Paul Heyman on our screen. There you go. Kross is done, and Jones has an average finisher. I don't mind the finisher because he's so big and it's so impactful, Chair. Karrion, Kross, and the Final Testament to me are on very wobbly ground. I don't have a whole lot of faith in what they're doing. And again, they have no clout. For all the promos, for all the spooky, backstage monologues from Karrion Kross, they never amount to anything. So I just don't get it. I don't know where you go with this. You just brought Odyssey Jones up. The New Day are not getting along. Why would that not be an opportunity for the Final Testament to at least squeak out a win? And I really would consider maybe Paul Ellering doesn't have to be a part of it anymore. But it definitely, as they run through this package, we'll throw out the T's and P's to everybody. But yeah, a very touching package. Rest in peace, the Wild Samoans, 100%. Absolutely. Everyone throw some fingers into that chat right now. Let's go. Get those ones up in honor of the Wild Samoans. Let's go. Fill up that chat. Let's go. I got almost 100 people with me right now. Get in that chat. Let me know. But get those ones up. Dustin and Sammy. Yeah, so Dustin has the trios or the 6-man and the tag titles. It's a bit weird. I mean, great for Dustin. I'm a huge fan of Dustin. Future Hall of Famer. But man, I don't know if Dustin should be a belt holder in Ring of Honor in 2024. That's my for a run, it's fine. Sammy, I mean, The minute they put him with Sammy, you kind of knew he was going to win. It is very, you know how much Tony loves Sammy. And even if Sammy can't be on the main show because of other issues, Tony's still going to use him. So, okay, bud, listen, we'll put you at Ring of Honor. You're still getting paid like a Dynamite star, and you're going to get a belt. All right. Never gotten a Ring of Honor. I'm an Honor Club member, if I'm being straight with everybody. It's just the weekly show hasn't been good, hasn't been strong. It's a disaster. They have no direction for Karrion Kross. Just let him go to TNA. Listen, I'm with you, man. I was once upon a time a fan of Karrion Kross, and he's just lost it. We don't have it. And I think we've seen him lose too many times. And like I said, to me, it's his clout. It's if you keep coming out and telling me I'm gonna win, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna take you out, and you fail, eventually you become the boy that cried wolf. And that's what it is for me with Karrion Kross right now, is he's just crying wolf. I don't believe in his faction. I don't believe in what they bring to the table. Even if they do run out and jump somebody, they'll fuck it up eventually. So I think they need to be, I don't know, reconsidered. I don't know if you can repackage them again, but for my money, you might have hit a roadblock with Karrion Kross. Maybe something like a TNA would give him a refresher, Anthony. Why is Goldust a double champion in 2024 in any promotion? Listen, again, there's the old vet on his final run, and he won last hurrah, and he steals. But if you want to do that on Dynamite. Like, if you're trying to add, things that are compelling to your show, if you had Goldust going after your mid-card, one of your mid-card titles, and it was his one last hurrah before he rides off into greener pastures. There's a place to do that, MDB. I think the issue is it's in technically your developmental brand, or what should be your developmental brand, a brand to highlight young talent, a brand to show what the future of AEW could look like. That's more of my issue with it. And again, it's almost meaningless. Like, how long did the Kingdom have those belts? They had them for a really long time. And how many times were they defended? Not many. But when did they matter? They didn't. So that's the issue. If you're going to do this for Dustin, do it and make it count. Make it matter. Make him a tag champ on your main show. Make it matter. The Young Bucks aren't doing shit with those titles. There you go. Ring of Honor showcase their women more than Dynamite. That is true. That is fair, Damien. I can't refute that. I do recall old Ring of Honor. Oh, absolutely. Again, to be an Honor Club member, the best part of it is the library. You can go back, watch the old shows. It's great content. You get to see, as they're showing Robbie Lawler this time. I heard Nick talking about Bobby Lou, but I laughed because it was perfect time for me to step away. I don't need to hear them bragging about winning the Stanley Cup in Florida. How is it I grew up in Toronto and Florida and Vegas have more titles than I've seen in my lifetime? It's baffling. Anaheim, Tampa Bay. Thank God San Jose's never figured their shit out. I shouldn't mind having Kross and Corbin as a tag team. Not a bad shout, JV. I could see some legs to that. Might be a better fit than Apollo Crews. As Big Bronson Reed in the house. And a Joe Hendry head. Say his name and he appears. Kross been not having it in over a year. No, it hasn't been good. When they first brought him back, I had a lot of optimism, Chambers. When he, came out of nowhere, jumped McIntyre, looked like he was going to be right in the main event fold, and just went by the wayside. I'm enjoying the new Ring of Honor more sometimes more than Dynamite. Interesting, Damien. Okay. I admit we used to do, when it first came back, we did watch-alongs, but we had to stop. We had to stop doing the Ring of Honor watch-alongs. Not many people were tuning in to listen to me ramble about Ring of Honor. And B, the shows weren't great. And it was a lot of the Dark Order and a lot of like just the wrestlers, like the everyone from you know the Dark Show. Like, oh, here they are. Oh, we got Miz and Pierce. All right, folks, who you taking? Are you taking Bronson Reed? Are you taking Miz? I do believe it's no DQ. And Pierce basically saying you can back out, man. Yeah, I'm with you, MDB. R.I.P. Miz. He is in trouble. Corbin and Reed are tag champs in my 2K Fireball. Okay. Bronson Reed for the win. Why do they have to call him Big Bronson Reed? Like we don't have eyes. Dude, my partner, you ask him when he comes back, Boston. Sometimes you just gotta be told. They should call him Tiny Bronson Reed to fuck with us. The Final Testament, I need to go to TNA. I agree with you. Main Event Girl. Yeah, I think TNA provides good storytelling. They have good writing, good booking. They know how to progress a story. It might be a chance to get some buzz behind. I don't know if NXT is going to help him at this point. Been there, done that. Feel like a demotion. TNA might feel fresh and exciting. Bring AOP with you. There's a lot, put them up against anything like, you got the system, you got other factions at work. As we are off and running and splat. Bronson Cannonball. Rest in peace, Miz. Rest in peace, Miz. Corbin and Reed are I got that one. Bronson Reed for the win. Miz will be missed. Yeah. T's and P's. Mike Mizanin. As he found a chair and he's using it. Miz for the upset win. Vance. Whoa. Bronson punching the chair out of his hand. And then slapping the snot out of him. You guys be true. You guys can be hateful at times because Triple H do have plans for him. Tanisha, I might need you to rephrase. And yeah, I don't know. I think if everyone's offering opinion, I feel like we're a pretty hateful free zone. So I think criticism where criticism is due. I've seen better factions in WWE. They suck. Yeah, they're not good. Ring of Honor needs a TV deal or something because people are not going to watch the tape show because look at the internet for spoilers. 100%, especially when it's niche. As Miz gets the tables and the crowd goes wild. Let's hope Bronson Reed doesn't start any chaos because Adam Pearce is running his chances for re-election as GM of Raw. Interesting. Miz got the kendo stick. Bronson no selling it. Big headbutt. But we got garbage cans. We got chairs. Broken kendo stick. Pat's losing his mind. Wait, what? Was that former UFC in Here Comes the Boom? I think Lawler's one of the guys in Here Comes the Boom. He's not the main guy. That is the Brazilian. Nick's going to come back with the answer. I love that movie. I heard Dante Chen was on TNA. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Bronson Reed setting up a chair. Got Reed for the win. Did anybody take? Yeah, Miz going to need a spatula. Pierce going to need the spatula. As Bronson is just sitting down and laying his feet on the Miz's head, the crowd is booing, and we go to commercial break, folks. Welcome back, Big Nick.
Right. I tried to get the clicks and everything, but yeah, absolutely. Again, he's a top guy. Remember, he's a top guy, and top guys over strong. As he's out there just kind of dog walking Miz, and as we even saw with the chat of everybody's out here already T's and P's. I'm surprised no one's asking to try and console Maurice right now if she's going to need some consoling after her husband's out there like the iron lung and everything. He's going to be like the SpongeBob character. My leg, my leg.
And the use of making this no DQ is the only way the Miz has a fighting chance. is if the Miz can use weapons. So,
Yeah.
Stipulation with purpose.
But that's though too when you're gonna probably get your like 10 tsunamis because it's no DQ.
Right?
Fucking, you ain't gonna stop it until he's dead.
Right.
Dead. Stop, he's already dead.
Dave, pull up your pants. We need an ambulance.
Right. By the way, I believe the quote unquote Brazilian you were referring to is probably like Vanderlei Silva. I don't know what movie or whatever you're talking
I'll tell you right now. Here comes the boom.
Fabricio Verdum.
I think that might
rhyme.
What?
I said Fabricio Verdum if we're going to rhyme. Here comes the boom, Verdum.
Oh, that was well played. Well played.
Yeah, point ahead, look smart sometimes. Sometimes I come up with some clever shit. It's few and far between, but it does happen.
No, it's Krzysztof Sozinski. Way off.
Woo!
Samsonite. I was way off.
Samsonite. Folks, make sure you take your ibuprofen before you go to bed, or at least your anti-inflammatory, your multivitamin.
If you got that.
What have you, or smoke your multivitamin if you get that reference. Samsonite.
I was way off. As we are in another commercial break, we are waiting to get back to the no DQ match. Bronson is sitting on the chair with his feet on his head. What's that?
I said, is this a movie you're talking about, or are you talking about like the music video for POD?
No, but that song was used for it. Kevin James, Here Comes the Boom.
Oh. So shit movie. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
No, it's a good movie. It's cute. Selma Hayek's in it. She gets high marks for me no matter what she's in.
Who?
Selma Hayek.
Oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Not the same person. Not the same
I know,
person.
but still, Selma Hayek and Sofia Varga, all of them. You got a thing for farewell and adieu to fair Spanish ladies.
Yeah, AJ, on the bright side, Bronson is going to reunite the friends. Oh, by the way, while you were gone, Boston asked a question. I think you're more fit to answer.
Oh, no, I did, and I did respond to it. Of saying,
well,
that's kind of why I'm named Big Nick. Of just, well, hey, you kind of just named me that. But yeah, no, sometimes it just fits, my guy. Sometimes it's still even, they're big, but you got to just call him it. Like Christ, we had Big Trouble Ben Bishop, and this man's 6'11" tall and all of that.
Right.
He's actually 6'12".
He's 6'12". 6'12".
You're right. 1/4 of a metric ton.
Right. So. As we are back to the action. The Miz doing his best. Chair to the gut.
Right. But yeah, you sometimes you just gotta let them know you big.
JV, I'm not clicking on that. It's just a rumor.
Right.
It's just a rumor.
Speculation.
Big DDT on the chair. Bronson Reed kicking out, though. At 1, by the way.
Beyond the Bell podcast, shout out saying Bronson versus Braun is going to be a slobber knocker one day soon, hopefully.
Yep.
Well, we could get Bronson versus Braun versus the other Braun, too. We could get a triple threat.
You know what you do with Bronson and Braun is you have Braun go for the spear and just hit him in the belly and fall off. Like, just hit him and just boing.
Well, do you do something like a Bam Bam Bigelow and the ring gives out, or like Mark Henry, Big Show, anything like that, and the fucking shit slides out. Like
Miz getting caught up.
Oh, if they didn't telegraph that though a little bit.
Big boot. Another big boot. Oh, Miz is going through this table 100%.
He who sets it up must go through it. The laws of wrestling.
Oh, Jonah exploding.
Clothesline.
Nick, where you big? Saying, I didn't mean to click on that. Take it back.
You want to know? I don't think you can handle the truth.
Oh, through that table.
Death Valley driver.
Yeah, I mean, hold on tight, folks.
Now, how many counts do we get here? Bronson versus Alba, big meaty men slapping me. Absolutely, that's what this whole division is. 1 tsunami. 1, 2, 3, but that won't be the last one. I can guarantee you that.
It's over though. Like he again. I think we get 5 more.
My guy, we are on Tropical Storm Bronson watch right now. Shit, that's what we need in the merch store right now. Make note. Write that down, Johnson. That's going to be important. Just Tropical Storm Bronson, because they ain't going to do merch like that.
I want to be on the Tsunami Watch team.
There we go. Either way, we got 2 shirts coming out of here.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is going to be a hot
one. This is big beefy boys slapping meat. This is you reinforce the ring. This shit's going to shift. You go Bam Bam Bigelow versus Taz to where they go through the fucking canvas. Slim Jim just got all the way erect right now, respectfully.
Hold the phone.
Bro, my guy, this is your, I don't even want to fully say it's Viscera versus Mark Henry, because one of those 2 people can wrestle and the other one's just big.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh,
this man's face even looks like he's coming down with that.
They were laying those in. Like they were like, potato, let's go. It was a potato factory. And that's
how that prejudicial that you're laying in potatoes on the Irishman.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Ludwig. Sheamus,
well, that's still not, over and done with at all. That's still on the back burner. Like, because I will say this, spoiler alert, early prediction. Right now am taking Gunther over Randy. So we're still going to need challengers for Gunther post Randy. So maybe a Shamo isn't a bad show for a little couple-week feud.
Oh, it'd be a banger match in a nice W for Gunther as a title holder. I like it.
Bro, this man literally got beat to fucking pissing back by Pete Dunne. If he's out there with Gunther, we're gonna actually see it like we've seen it recently of like people getting busted open in the chest because of chops.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you want to finish that trilogy.
There you go.
You'll do nothing.
Oh, he's setting up the main event tonight. Okay.
But see, I do think that this to me is the difference between one company to another.
Mm-hmm.
Of in the back of your mind, you laid, hey,
go get him, baby. Go get him, Bradley.
Like a street trash cowboy. But I think in the back of your mind, you set up now Shamo to be potentially your next challenger, but you don't have to blatantly tell us that's going to be the case. So if you pivot, what have you, it's all good. Versus now other companies have 2, 3, 4 challengers lined up in the chamber here.
Absolutely. Always looking ahead. As we're looking ahead, we are getting the commercial for tomorrow night's NXT. And we will find out who the number 1 contender will be for Roxanne coming up. Plus, there's so much more as this week rolls on, folks. Where there was a comment I wanted to click on. Bronson Reed is the type of heel that could legitimately beat Cody and get very big and old school type heat in the process. Facts.
That's, I think, 100%. And I know you had Anthony clicked up there before of finally someone entertaining. Well, come see, come saw, my guy.
Braun?
Well, I'm even saying Bronson Reed of what he did to Seth Rollins to me of that 100% is what was just being talked about with what he did to Cody, because he just decimated that man. That man was out there spitting up blood, and it was so out of the blue. And you were getting legitimate heat attacking a top guy. Right. Like if they were to do that with Cody, it'd be the same type of thing. I think they would do it the same way of Bronson shows up just out of nowhere and just tsunami of I will break you.
Yeah, and when Bronson goes over Braun Breaker or Braun Strowman, it's going to be good for Bronson. You're going to decimate a former champion who is a monster among men. So
I actually, now that you said that, that's probably the best way that they should go with that. Like, yeah,
a battle.
Could Strowman survive it? Because we haven't done a ton with Strowman since he's been back.
No, I think he will. It's Strowman. Like he kind of falls into that class of wrestler that okay, if he loses to Bronson and then a couple weeks later he shows up in just big boots, one of your baby faces, he's instantly back in the mix. Like he'll be fine. He's okay. He's lost a
Did
lot.
Strowman look into that position that he's like just tall enough to be a monster, but not tall enough to be a freak show like Omos and everything?
Speaking of that, did you see that Satnam Singh and Jinder won the AAA tag titles?
No, I did not see that at all. What the fuck?
I think it.
I thought JBL showing up there was the surprise, let alone Satnam and Jinder as a tag team. What the fuck?
Right. I'll never like Bronson. Somebody fact check me on that. What title did Jinder just win with Satnam Singh?
Fair. Well, even if they did, fair enough. Of it, still, I don't think it's a bad comment. Like Jinder's still talented. He was in that terrible position of he had gotten pushed here and they couldn't fully go backwards with him without it feeling awkward a bit, and then they didn't have fully enough with him. I can't remember exactly. Oh, you mentioned with Sammy about how if he stays with Ring of Honor, you're still getting paid like you would if you were on Dynamite and everything. WWE won't do that if not, you'd be on an NXT, but I'm paying you main roster money. We either got to rework this deal or thanks, but no thanks.
It all depends on how they look at it and how they approach it. But yeah, I mean, it'll be very interesting where it goes. But we are rolling back. I think we are going back to the action after this. As I'm getting another WWE promotion right now.
Atlanta for Bad Blood.
For Bad Blood, which we will be live for, folks. Just like All In this weekend, just like Berlin and No Mercy next weekend. We got Emergence. We got New Japan. We got Wrestling Revolver. We got it all, folks. So make sure you be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can share this link and get that number back up towards triple digits here tonight as the action continues. And the wrestling might suck, but we never do.
Well, and 100% of still, we've had enough people that have been here watching us while they've been literally at the shows, etc. Christ, we've had wrestlers wrestling on the shows tune in and watch us and everything.
Right.
And still as well, we still hold it true that if, you can get a t-shirt, you get your sign on TV out there, shouting out Wrestling for Life Network or anything, or even if you're at the show, just grab their phone, say you're going to take the picture, just hit subscribe and hand it back to them. Sorry, I don't know what your phone did, but it glitched out.
Right.
But yeah, absolutely. Spread the good gospel out of all these live wrestling shows. And if you can get a sign or anything like that of Wrestling for Life on TV, we will send you a t-shirt.
So the trifecta just happened, Nick, is we come back from commercial break. We got Braun Breaker. So we had Bronson, Braun Strowman, and Braun Breaker.
I'm going to just start calling you like Mr. Pink, Mr. Brown, Mr.
Why do
we got to differentiate this shit?
Why do I got to be Mr. Pink? Braun would beat Bronson, Brawny.
How many Brawns could beat Braun if Braun could, Braun would?
Right. Oh, so there's a tournament? Oh, no, the tournament he didn't get into.
Oh, King of the Ring. He's still, because that's the thing.
Yeah, he's still bitter.
He's still bitter beer face about King of the Ring.
The dogs are barking in every city. Hey, Braun getting a nice reaction from the crowd on that, Nick.
Well, he's good on the mic. Thankfully, he's got like Rick's athleticism and Scott's like charisma.
Right. Give me a triple threat match between Otis versus Bronson versus Strowman and reinforce that ring quick.
We just need a big meaty men division at this point and Big E can just run it. He can be the commissioner of the big meaty men division. Just call it. We've said for the longest time, there just needs to be a Hoss division in wrestling.
I'm looking in the background and I see someone's hat moving. I'm like, who is it? It's a Ricochet.
Freaking stagehands just like, fuck, they saw me.
I have a feeling Bad Blood is going to be lit.
Right.
Should be good.
Right. As we're getting Dom Mysterio coming out right now. So we're getting Dom versus Priest.
Yeah, La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha. Dominic Mysterio coming to the ring.
He looks like he smells like sweat and Axe body spray. There's somewhere that's glitter on this man that there shouldn't be glitter right now. I think I'm just gonna like constantly like this man looks like a wet cigarette with legs.
A wet cigarette with legs is hilarious.
I think it's just Dom at this point. It works so well. He just looks like such a pile of trash that you want to hate him.
You can't help it. His face is just so slappable. But
it works so like that's the thing.
It's perfect.
It's so reminiscent to older wrestling and everything. Of like literally, I want to slap the taste out of your mouth, but I respect that you've made me feel that way.
As here comes Damian Priest.
I'm still waiting for the him versus Finn Balor feud. That could be where you get your buried alive, your spooky supernatural stipulations, etc. Because I think we do get Demon Balor back a bit.
Yep, I agree with you.
Even if they humanize it a bit, like they've done even with Uncle Howdy, you still could get a version of that because initially it wasn't supernatural.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Priest getting jumped. Finn with a chair. And Damian wiping the floor with everybody.
But is this a little a la Roman Reigns of you wiped everybody out and now it looks like you don't need help, but you sure as shit do.
Yeah, TikTok. It's only a matter of time, and he's over focusing on Finn. JD, who's been a breakout for me as of late.
100% of he's really found his groove here. And it's like he already kind of found it on NXT, but him on their main roster, super kick.
Super kick too. And now Dom starts pooping the pants.
That guy's smart. He wore the brown pants.
Yeah. Never mind. We're not getting a match, folks.
No.
I mean, the bell hasn't gone yet, but we got a Dom sandwich. Headbutt, fist, pancake. Look at Dom selling the shit out of that.
He literally almost did a whole full 360.
Yeah, he almost had a mouthful of himself. Oh, wait, Rhea picked the wrong rope. She's like very excited. She just seems so happy. Like, yay!
Get it together. Yeah, she kind of how low can you go?
Rhea Ripley.
Michael Cole say Rhea's gonna get her some in a little.
Oh no, the chair! Oh, they're in trouble.
The chair.
Finn's back in. Damian's outnumbered. Being mauled.
The rest just like, well, I haven't rung the bell. Yeah,
this match isn't happening. Well played.
No.
Well played. You keep them as you keep it apart for now.
I still I can't unsee though. Rhea, you tried to do like the cane over the top rope, and no. My mind's telling me, yeah, but my body.
As Damian is being hung up on the ropes, making, what are they going to do?
You're going to watch. As...
Rhea.
And they're going back at the shoulder of Rhea.
Mm-hmm. Someone said earlier tonight in the chat, Judgment Day's got to look strong tonight. I would say mission accomplished as Rhea trips over the top of the table on the way to the stairs. That didn't look comfortable. Right. And they're making Damian watch. So they're weakening Rhea's shoulder.
But this makes sense because going into this, they were the clear favorites. And now you've 100% even the odds a bit. You've gotten them over. And again, we've shown that strength in numbers matters.
Right. Coup de grace. 100%, Nick. As JD looking dominant right now. And there it is. I don't know if she changed the name of the move yet, but the mid-rope flatliner.
I almost called it a rampage, but I know that's Soraya's move. That's
I
different.
think she calls it like the watch me or watch this or watch. I don't know. Tom, getting all the heat. Huge frog splash.
But again, this is showing strength in numbers. This is showing absolutely of establishing them as a dominant thing. And again,
look at this.
The court cases, statement and everything, decision of this shows that they very much look cohesive as a unit right now.
Oblivion. I got yelled at. Oblivion. I was wondering if it's still Oblivion, but I mean, again, Judgment Day, Oblivion, that works.
Right.
Ouch.
Pat, just shut up.
Right.
But no, this shows again them as a united front, them unified, which we've lately seen. Judgment Day has been divided in one form or another.
Right.
And this very much shows and evens the odds of Priest and Rhea went into it looking like the dominant force going into that match, like the clear victors. Now you've leveled the playing field.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think they played it perfectly. And again, it's that moment where you're like, oh, look, the baby faces outsmarted the heels. But, oh, no, not quite. And that's what sets up the anticipation for a pay-per-view match is by the time we get to the 31st, Nick, I'm sure more things are going to transpire. And all those fans in that building that night are going to want to see is Dom and Liv finally eat it for what they've done. And that's how you book. That's how you storytell. Perfect segment.
But does it end it, or should Dom and Liv win and that exit on a little bit further?
It could very well be the case because, I mean, I think that Rhea and Damian, if I had to vote right now, I'm leaning towards the Terror Twins because the heels can lose the tag match. It's still like, and then the whine about it was a tag match, whatever. But we still have a title to figure out as well.
Well, see, it's interesting to me because Liv versus Rhea, that's the culmination of that feud. That's ending between those two. Damian's not ending any sort of feud he's got going on with Dom. Like, that's not the main focus here. It's Damian versus Finn. So how do we jump to there?
So Finn is the reason why Damian and Rhea win. Yeah, they're gonna lose. Let's say lose. Son of a bitch. On the fly thinking, folks. Remember, unscripted, unplanned. Yeah, no, I think if Finn screws the Terror Twins, then Damian has a reason to jump over Dom to get Finn. And then Rhea goes after Liv with Dom attached to her hip, as he should be.
I will say this. Next week's Monday Night Raw will really help me decide as to who I think is going to win that. Because I'm going off of literally the laws of wrestling of he who goes over does not go over at the pay-per-view. Right. And like right now, the way that they set this up, and I think it works perfectly right now because you're still a week out. It levels the playing field. But if this was the go-home show, I would be right there picking the Terror Twins of they're winning because they were made to look weak on the go-home. But we're a week out.
But I talked myself out of that by the time I got to the end of my sentence.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
But
folks, I think that's a great thing though with WWE booking is that you can literally spiral any sort of way, and it all makes sense and it all sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's getting quality. And someone said earlier, like, why does Raw feel so fast? That's been the narrative for going on a couple months now. Of Mondays don't feel long; Mondays fly.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, my guy. We're already into the last hour out here, and I feel like we've only been out here for about a half hour. I'm like, Jesus.
A sign of a good show, sign of a good song, sign of a good movie is it ends too quick, and you want to rewind and look how old I am. Rewind and play it again.
That's the biggest thing in wrestling and content creation, and we cover both and do both. of that you want waiting, like you want to leave them waiting for more, wanting more. You want to go to the next video. You want to click over to the next thing. And that's what Monday Night Raw has really managed to establish, when before it was, all right, my guy, we're an hour in here. What's going to happen?
Oh, dude. And some weeks that middle hour to hour and a half, almost like between like the end of the first hour and the main event, were bad. Like it was a good hour to hour and a half every week where you just hated your life.
It's crazy though, that now that's almost like the strong suit of Monday Night Raw is now the middle of the show. Is almost is like such a strong point for them. Raw needs to be 4 hours. What in the heresy is that?
Right? As we're back from commercial with the Judgment Day and Finn.
No, they literally make me want to like wipe my monitor. Like, why do they have this dirty ass filter?
I thought it was my monitor. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I wanted to reach out and like, what the fuck did I get on here?
Somebody said I see a new member coming to Judgment Day, but I think they're planning stock right now. Like, who would you add to this?
Keanu James.
Keanu James. This is excellent. This is absolutely excellent.
It's fucking it's Gothic Outsiders. It's Dom's out here as Pony Boy. Stay purple, Pony Boy.
It stay purple, Pony Boy. Jesus. It's fucking the Outcast done proper.
Is Finn Patrick Swayze?
Raw needs to be 4 hours. You sound like Nick Khan. No, they want to shorten it. That's one of the things that might come with NXT in NXT with Netflix in 2025.
You got there. It started with an N.
Same play amount, the same amount of show, just no commercial. So the show now gets reduced just by that extra 40 minutes of commercials. So that is
yeah, well, as I think you might get another match or two in there or something, but as we're getting a replay from last week. But I also like how there's been this discourse and discussion now about, is Raw going to go back to like, you're far and filth and foul, and you're a filth and foul and everything like that, and go very like, TVMA attitude era style, or do they do it selectively, what have you, to where it's not just going over the top just because you can?
Oh, they're not going to go buck wild. They still have sponsorship deals, and they still have Make-A-Wish, and like they're going to push the envelope. And there's some times where you're going to have to earmuff the kid, but they're not just going to run out willy-nilly. I don't expect F-bombs even on Netflix. Like, I don't think someone's going to grab the mic and directly say fuck in their promo. Now, if there's something like where the camera's following them up the ramp and you hear them kind of cursing and swearing, like we've seen with The Rock, where, they're, fuck you, no, fuck you, that I can see to an extent, but they're not going to go buck wild.
How do you feel as we've got the Sky Pirates at this point? They're not damage control anymore, as Asuka's out with a knee injury, Dakota's out on the sidelines too as well. So we're finally getting our first run.
What kind of teammate are you? Did they get injured so the team is over? They're gone?
If you would have let me finish, sir, I was saying we're getting our actual first run of the Sky Pirates on the main roster out here, and I'm all the way for it, because to me, that was the tag team that everybody wanted, and then they gave us the Kabuki Warriors with Asuka and Kairi as a tag team. So we're getting what we wanted all along. Now this paradigm shift, fucking whatever the shit. Sonya Deville constantly now, because I've watched the Deadpool Wolverine movie, she looks like an Ajax after going through all the Deadpool movies. She looks like Gina Carano. She's just missing like a fucking match toothpick thing.
Right. And I agree with the run in here. One of the biggest changes, if not, he says the biggest, will be that they won't censor the crowd chant. So yeah, you effed up and such will not get censored, blacked out, none of that shit.
Waiting for Fox to go to, or for SmackDown to go to USA instead of Fox.
Right.
To where actually this week you got the blackouts. I didn't get the rolling blackouts.
Yeah, but remember that was a technical issue on my end. I
No, that's still fine. At least you had to deal with it, and I didn't. Now you know how it feels.
100%.
Now you know that pain.
As here comes the unholy union.
Doing something unholy.
Oh God, I really want that to be their entrance song.
It should be. If they got rid of this piss-stained Def Rebel, we'd actually have some good theme songs.
Oh my God, their entrance music is horrible.
Bro, when we do the call-outs and everything to promote the channel, promote the streams, which, by the way, shout out everybody that shares into that shit. Appreciate you 100%. Keep spreading the good word. But it's so crazy to go back and like use like old stuff from WWE because it's actual songs and everything versus now it's just like what in the elevator music, the Target fucking clearance section bullshit is this?
Right. Yeah, no, I completely it's the weirdest thing that's changed, but like again, I mean, a lot of people talk about Def Rebel, but I mean at the end of the day you're getting paid and everything is so generic, dude. Like a lot of us on this chat right now have the technology to replicate what you're doing and getting paid.
Well, even then, facts. But like you used to add wrestler songs to your playlist and everything.
Yeah.
Right now, we could literally play a game, guess the wrestler by starting their theme song. If you can't see the Titantron, I'm fucked.
Right. Oh, 100%.
But folks, let us know whether you're taking. I'm still not calling Damage Control. The Sky Pirates taking on Progressive Flow Insurance and also
like
Unholy Union.
They dead. What? No, but they're right there. No, they dead. Let's keep going. Keep going.
No, 100%. I'm like I said, I'm
dropping the dead weight.
Sky Pirates on TV as on the main event, like for a while here. This actually feels like a solid ass like women's tag division. For the first time in a long time.
Long time. And the women are ahead of the men for sure in this category.
100, yeah, that we've seen that shift of now the women's tag division is better than the men's tag division. Absolutely.
Like I don't want to see the champs lose, but I'm okay with any one of them winning.
We're seeing the champs do double duty. They're going to be on SmackDown as well in a 6-woman tag match with Blair Davenport taking on Naomi, Jade, and Bianca.
I think they're going to win this one, doesn't it?
Well, just a little bit. It's kind of like when you put Toni Storm versus Saraya in Wales and you right before London.
Right. As here we go. Yeah, why can't you give Saraya just a match? Like Saraya fights, who cares?
Because that's the thing. Who cares?
But like, why? Like, I get it, but I don't really think that Toni Storm having this match is anywhere
because the only person that she could beat on the roster they paired her with.
I hope she wins. I hope Saraya wins.
Oh God! But we've got Ding Ding, and again, there's no tag, so it's tornado tag. It's everybody's a legal participant.
Oh. Well, that was cool. I thought they botched, but they didn't.
Oh, they sure as shit look like they did.
No, go back. They'll show a replay.
Oh, yes, I know. I saw it. I watched it. Half a second behind you. I'm on a lovely delay.
Are you delayed?
Like I've said multiple times, if you literally like pause and then unpause, will be like perfect. As I go from a tope to a commercial right now.
I'm in commercial as well.
Right. But yeah, it was like Kairi Sane is falling down. No. Just literally tipped her up like she was gonna like flapjack and just go flying over everybody, and instead she just like boop.
Yeah, at first when she came off, she wasn't even close, dude. She was just like up, and down.
Right.
Why? Who? Specific.
Content. What?
I don't know.
Disgusted with the Florida crowd. What?
Yeah, I don't know who. Sky Pirates for the win.
There we go.
This match has my full attention. Better.
Right.
Off to a good start, Nick.
100%. Now, I don't think that we see the titles change hands here. I thought we were going to be setting to a 6-woman tag match between the Paradigm Shift. I'm going to call them any other thing besides their own goddamn name. taking on Damage Control with at least Dakota Kai there. But then when Dakota went on the shelf, I'm like, okay, this is going to really pivot here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think they have no choice to pivot a little. I like the fact that they're in the tag match as well. Again, I mean, coming up short in a triple threat match, I'm sure they can continue to book the women's tag team division and teams like theirs in side feuds and in other matches. We'll see where it goes. I think the big feud right now is actually, or the big question is, do they bring someone in to fill the void to get back to that 6-woman match? I don't know. Ooh. Does Julia bypass NXT straight down the middle?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Right? The plan was to put her in NXT, but we need a third.
And that'd be really interesting. And then you just like hot potato right into like Asuka versus Julia. Oh,
not
my
bad.
heart be still.
Right? Dakota returns. She's not really a fan of Julia. There's tension.
Right.
What happens? Dun, dun, dun.
I like this from Roddy. Did she just flop dollar?
No.
Is she insufficient fund her ass?
Right. It looked like it. It did. It really did look like it for a moment.
It still ended up working out. And it's funny though that they cut to like an entirely different move to end to go to commercial there.
Right. It was a funny. I wanted the replay right away. I wanted to see it again because it was
like no, you don't need no replay of that. That probably came out way better than it was ever supposed to be.
Right. No, not at all. What is this? Here, Soraya's contract is coming up. Yes, I think we touched on this.
Yeah, and I don't think she's going anywhere because do something strange for a little piece of change. Just saying.
Ooh, maybe. Who knows? Was that a botch or did she do that on purpose? She did it on purpose. She really did.
Or was it just graceful falling?
Listen, either she did it on purpose.
It's graceful falling.
Right? She either did it on purpose or she's savvy as shit and turned that into something pretty real quick. Like, right? Oh, no. Back up. She did well either way.
Right. Well, 316 out here. This show has been good, unlike last week. Well, aggressive much, but yeah. I think last week was good too. I think this one's obviously been better. Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought I feel like last Monday, a lot of people thought like Raw was the best show of the week.
Again, I think that's now become the standard. I think now it's getting interesting.
Well, you gave it to SmackDown this week.
Right, but I still think that this is better than last week's. Like Raw's consistently good at this point. Like it's a big thing with SmackDown. Like to me, a big part of what made SmackDown better was just personally with Roman and all of that. Like honestly, so.
And they went back to the standard 2 people in the ring on the triple threat. I don't love it.
Well, it's been always weird of like there's never fully rules established. I like them. Everybody's got matching gear too.
Right.
And it's a lot of leather. It's a lot of like, Christina Aguilera's dirty music video.
Right.
Ladies, gentlemen.
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Give me a law.
Right.
Where's Redman when you need him? Holy shit, that shot at Alba. Oh, those are 2 ham hocks I'd like to fucking bring home on Christmas dinner. But
Io Sky on fire, and the crowd goes wild. Look. Yeah,
absolutely.
Star, man. Let's go. Io. Meteor
she
on both
just
sides.
Constantly, like, what works with her is she just constantly seems unhinged. She's the one that's out there just, I came in like a wrecking ball with a fucking trash bin on her head.
Big kick.
Right. Ooh, so Spaz with a $5 super chat. I a flyer? No, you a follower. Are you okay to name the movie? I don't know.
Not in the moment.
Not quite.
Mighty Ducks.
Quack.
Quack.
I'm just thinking of, the other guys of like aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes. I'm a peacock. You're gonna let me fly. Isla breaking it up. Shayna back in. Big kick.
If you had to pick a favorite member out of each tag team right now, who would you pick?
If I had to pick one from each,
Right.
Isla for sure.
Spear from Kairi.
Isla, EO, Baszler. Baszler's in this, yeah. So I'll go Baszler.
Okay.
And, who's the
That's
last?
it. That's your three. That's your three.
I'm going for 4.
Just add a bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go Isla too.
Big knee.
Shayna, although Zoey's not bad at all. I really wish that she got a bit more back to like when she was in NXT and her versus like Nikita for the NXT title and shit. That was really good. I'd probably go, and this is splitting hairs preference and probably also make wifey happy. Like I'd take Kairi. I said it. Holy, I'm sorry. I took in 20 seconds instead of 15.
Around the elbow to get to the watch.
Yeah.
Kairi looks super good tonight. EO, Isla, and Zoey. The crowd is really into this match, Anthony. They are cooking on fire.
As Kairi and Zoey, or Kairi and Shayna just throwing elbows right now.
Throwing bows. How you feel about the announced ladder match at All In? It's still only one as far as I know, right? Someone said 2.
Well, I think I can't confirm if the tag match, the actual tag match is a ladder matches. Kairi's kind of backsliding out of the cut to Hajime. The Karafuda clutch.
Right. Back fist. Anthony did not watch Scott Patterson True Crime Doc yet.
Sounds like y'all could have sent that to yourselves.
I was saying that they made TJD look weak last week, and tonight they look strong. Yeah, it's the teeter totter.
Oh, right? What? So now we have a tag. So Isla just tagged Kairi, so she's now the legal woman. What the fuck?
Backstabber on both women. Yeah, she got the blind tag, bro.
Yeah, but I thought it's a triple hit. There should be no tags. It's what everybody's going. I thought
it's not tornado.
It started off sure as shit as tornado.
No, it didn't.
You tell me it didn't start off with everybody in the goddamn ring?
No. It was I literally pointed out that it was a traditional style with only 2 ladies in at a time.
Fair enough. I'm just saying it was confusing, at least for me to follow, because they started off with everybody in the goddamn ring. But Alba, Fyre, and Isla Dawn end up winning this match here.
Yeah, no, Alba and Unholy Union steals the match, steals it, still champion. We kind of knew that with Blair waiting in the wings for a match on Friday together. So I don't think they were going to abandon that anytime soon. But yeah, big win for your champs. As we're going to Ludwig in the back. There's the tape. Nick pointed it out. Again.
That's how you know he's down to business. Oddly, like random silver or black wrist tape there. It's very reflective. Very shiny.
Right. EO, Shayna, and Fyre. Nice shout. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone else who's new here, we are just flirting with triple digits. So be a friend, tell a friend. Let's see if we can get this up over triple digits tonight. We still got more to come as we head in towards the main event. They are using ads, using soundtracks, right?
Yeah, because Def Rebel sucks ass. I honestly it'd be hard pressed for me to find any sort of actual like Def Rebel theme right now that like I could distinguish. Honestly. It really comes down to more of seeing the Titantron to really, and is that like even an old thing to call it the Titantron? I feel like that's very an attitude.
Yeah, no one calls it that anymore.
Yeah, I've been calling for 4 months. There's enough heat in the women's division for a women's PLE. Do an evolution too.
Yeah, I think they're ready. I think they're really like, if ever there was a time to run that back up the flagpole, they're ready. Like there is so many strong women in the company right now from NXT up. I mean, you could do it this time with even less of the legends coming back and a less of kind of I wouldn't say gimmicky matches, but bringing in certain teams because of the nostalgia.
Lita, Trish, respectfully,
Yeah.
or maybe would you bring in a Mickey? Oh, Mickey,
still bringing him. Yeah, I still think there's an opportunity to bring some of them in like that, but I think they have so much more talent now compared to then. You could stack a show, no problem, dude.
Do a Jade versus Rhea.
Maybe.
I've seen that honestly floating around of like some fantasy book. I'm like, I don't know quite yet, but yeah, I think that I agree with you that there's enough depth in that women's roster. We've seen it even on NXT. If you combine just main roster and NXT, you don't need to bring in legends. You don't need to bring in a Medusa or anything like that
at that level
to show up. Yeah.
At that extent. But I'm going to be right back, sir.
Fair enough. KJ just letting you know everybody is face before you leave. John C is saying, KJ Nick, we got to get somebody to come on to Wrestling for Life. We've been trying. Well, we got a few people. Christ, we just had Big Ben out here. Trust me. Always out there talking to people. But I see my guy. Tommy is saying Mickie James versus Fallon Henley. I just want them as a tag team. I've been saying this for the longest time. Granted, even out there when Mickie James was saying, if she lost, she was going to end up, being done. I thought that was going to be her way out of TNA, and she went back over to WWE, especially now that we've got all this there. I'm still waiting for her to show up, but I want Fallon Henley versus Mickie James in a women's tag team called them Softcore Country. I've been saying that for the longest time, and I think it makes all the sense. And that makes way more sense than having Fallon Henley out there with JC Jane and Jasmine Names. As I'm back from commercial break with Jey Uso backstage out here. Eat, sleep, yeet, repeat. And this man, I know everybody likes to use the term fumbled, which I feel like I've got to go like Princess Bride. If you keep using that term, I don't think you know what it means. I'm talking about Jey Uso. But this man, it has just been the best to come out not named Roman out of the bloodline situation, I feel, because this man's got all the merch. He's out there with the blue Ula Fala out there at the Fanatics thing of yeets over like crazy. He's out there tied even to Rhea just flirting around. Like, people are clamoring for this man to have a championship. Jey Uso's in one of the best spots, I think. Jay saying, wait. Oh, so Jey Uso saying, so did they announce an actual tournament? Did we miss them announcing a tournament? I think it was KJ mentioned, Braun was talking about earlier. So Jay's so great. Sorry, as Jackie Redmond saying how Jey Uso shifted his focus to the IC belt. So again, I think KJ mentioned earlier when Braun was out here, I don't know if they're actually having a tournament to determine an IC title challenge or anything. As Michael Cole is putting over Pat, but yeah, Jay's challenging for the IC belt or going after it, and even snuck behind Jackie and did a little. But yeah, Michael Cole actually kind of putting over Pat right here. So I do kind of want to listen to it, but I do see that we reached 100 likes and all of that on the stream as well. So absolutely appreciate everybody. I think Mega's out here claiming that he was number 100, but let's see if we can get 100 live congruent viewers as well out here too, as well as what we're showing up or we're bigging up right now when Pat came back and we're going through Pat's whole run out here. Even at SummerSlam when they were doing the double spit take on the kickoff that KJ was here for. But yeah, to me, like I've always kind of looked up to Pat, even when he was just doing his show and everything. And I'll say this, he inspires me to do what we do, and even a little bit of he just genuinely just gets to be a fucking fan doing this and tries to be funny, but still is just fucking him. And that's, I think, what was really unique and has been honestly missing in wrestling commentary, whether it be whatever company. I think it started to come back. But Pat's one of those guys that, much like a Heenan, much like a Lawler, much like even a bit of a Ventura, but they feel like them. Like that's just who they would be, whether the microphone was on or not. As I swear to God, now I've got that same shirt as Pat's just out there doing the Braun Baker bark. But yeah, no, I think that's a nice little send off, and it's gonna be. We're in for a whole shift as far as WWE's even presented. Because think about it, we're come September, literally we're 2 weeks away of Michael Cole and Wade Barrett are going to be the commentary team on SmackDown, and then on Monday Night Raw, you're going to get the commentary team of Corey Graves and Joe Tessitore, and Raw or SmackDown is moving to USA. Come in January, Raw is moving to Netflix. Everything's up here, shifting everything. So it's really going to be interesting to see where this goes. As they're hyping up too of Pat even out there on College Game Days. So I dig this too as well. And hey, TKO is, very clearly got ties with ESPN and so on. So I think it's going to be that nice little partnership, that little you scratching my back, I scratch your back. Pat's annoying. See you. Thanks, Boston.
Boom, boom, boom. Speaking of annoying, I'm back again.
As next Monday we're getting Braun versus Bronson, so we're getting the Braun off.
Let's go.
But yeah, I guess I know we talked about this earlier, but do you have anything to say if they were giving Pat the little send off there?
Yeah, a nice touch again. Acknowledging that Pat's stepping away. Pat's going to take a moment. We all kind of know it if you're in the know. But for those who don't follow the internet, God bless them.
Next Monday, Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable.
Shut up. Let's go.
Yo.
Not bad. Raw shaping up.
Right. But yeah, as I've got Randy coming out, but how did you feel too of, again, I don't know if you caught it while you're on a break. I know you talked about it earlier when Braun was cutting his promo of if there's an actual tournament. It seemed like Jay talked about it a little bit or thrown his hat in it of he pretty much announced he's going after the IC title now.
Okay.
Yeah, so seems like that's where we're going to go with him into the kind of mid-card division a bit.
Interesting. I mean, again, the main event scene is kind of stacked right now. I think there is a time and place where you can run back Jey Uso and Gunther, but it keeps Jay busy. It's not bad.
But now, well, and I hate this term because it's been overused to death. Do you think that WWE has fumbled Jey Uso?
Yeah, I mean, it's tricky with Jay because Jay's been like a stalwart. He's been good. He's over with the crowd. He just hasn't had his moment yet. He's becoming the guy that can't win the big one.
But I don't think that he's really always been destined to do that. Like, it's still even this man's out here with all of the merch. Like, he's out there. I don't know if you saw it. He had a eat, sleep, yeet, repeat shirt and everything. Right. Like, he showed up at the Fanatics thing with the blue Ulafale and everything like that. Like, this man is just a license to print money a bit.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy because, like I said, he's super over. I feel like at some point he's got to get his moment. Like, he's got to have that moment where he just kind of strikes iron and he, finally has that, this is mine. This is mine.
Would he be the guy to go over a Braun and have an IC title run and he's the babyface that Braun feuds with for a bit?
Maybe. It's very interesting. It does keep him tied up. And it would also, if he is going to be included in the bloodline thing, he might not get into anything heavy or deep yet.
It's right. Well, and then there's even been the whole talk about him and Sammy potentially going at the tag titles because they did mention too that Sammy wasn't there tonight.
Yeah, no Sammy. As I'm getting commercial for SmackDown in the moment. Thank you, Pat. Absolutely, thank you, Pat. I like him, man. I know he's got his detractors, but that's everybody. Everyone's got their haters. He's been great. He's a ball of energy, and I hope they can maintain the relatively entertaining group that they have there.
Well, I said it to me, he's genuinely him. Like, I know that's even what we do here. It's just, but it's been missing, I feel, in wrestling commentary of like, especially like a Michael Cole and shit like that, of like the WWE style of, they kind of never felt like they actually got to express who they are as a person, like their personality. Pat's always been that.
Right? No, absolutely, absolutely. I wonder when Finn and JD defend the tag belts again. Give it time. It'll be very curious. I mean, somebody's gonna knock on that door. I know they've been a little tied up with Damien. Does maybe Damien gets a friend, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's Damien and Jey Uso. The Rhea connection.
I think it would be Jay and Sammy, but I have also seen that I think JD and Finn are going to show up in like Irish pro wrestling, like indie.
Oh, okay.
That's something.
Right on. Yeah, they are. Yes.
Right.
Going back.
So I think that's probably why they're going to kind of just let them float around with it for a bit. I mean, they can't do any worse than the Young Bucks have.
Pat will return at the Royal Rumble in 2025. Yeah, but we also saw it last time he was away, that if they were nearby or he had some free time, he'd pop in unannounced and bring people at times.
Right. Which, it's funny though, if I actually didn't even mention it the last time you took a pause. The 1 second you take a pause is right when they mention it's Roberto Luongo. It's me, right? Yo daddy, yeah. Roberto.
Right. I said that to the chat of like, yeah, no, I didn't need to hear that. I didn't need to witness more bragging about their cup.
Right.
Screw you, Bobby Lou. Thoughts on Stephanie McCurr saying she's having visa issues and that's why she hasn't debuted yet in NXT. Simple. Why would she lie? Like, yeah, no, she's having visa issues.
And even then, I'm still suspension. Still in the sense of like literally just keep it up in the air. You don't know when.
Yeah, no, I truly believe that there was some visa issues. It happens. There's a lot of rules. You can't just show up in the States and start working. Like, then there's rules. So yeah, she'll figure it out and she'll be there. We've seen dozens of these, a lot in AEW. So hang tight. She'll be around.
Fair enough. I feel like I need to go like pause and go check on her visa issues to make sure she can get into the country, my guy.
She'll be here soon, my guy.
Right. So I'll be right back.
Nick, would Pat and Joe Rogan be a close comparison?
Mouse, why did you die?
All right, Nick, taking a pause for the cause. We are on a commercial break and we are rolling, folks. We are just about that main event time of the night. Nick would Pat and Joe Rogan. Maybe not. Pat and Joe kind of fit the same role, right? Like there's always a lead, like a Michael Cole, to kind of guide the horse. Joe very similar to Pat, comes over the top with his analysis and his reactions. So to me, yeah, maybe not a bad comparison at all, actually, Kyle, in that sense. Very different human beings, though. Can you guys switch sides? I don't. Shut up, Emmett. Jordan Gray says Randy's still waiting in the ring. So who you taking? Randy or Ludwig? Why is it Randy? Oh, by the way, somebody had asked earlier, we will be here Saturday night for at least one Wrestling Revolver and Collision the night before All In. So it's stacked weekend. We will be back at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday for All In from AEW as Ludwig Kaiser come into the ring. Did you hear Samantha? Ludwig Kaiser. I think RKO will win. Yeah, no, that makes the most sense. Oh, you think he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship? I don't see him beating Gunther. Spoiler alert, Eric. I don't think. I mean, could it happen? Sure. I don't really see it happening. Gunther is in such a pocket right now. Gunther is dialed in. The idea that you would go anywhere without you turn it that quick. Randy might win a title, but I think the better story would be Randy and Cody after he goes through this with Gunther, he returns to SmackDown, and that rivalry is waiting. You know who would great Edge coming in for an interview, Wrestling for Life. I listen, as a fellow Canadian, I'd love to have him. He's a busy man, hard to get a hold of. But John, by all means, send him, tag him in something and tell him to show up. Maybe I can lean on some Canadian sympathy and get him on here. But stay tuned, folks. We got lots more coming your way. As this match kicking off, the crowd is into it. And here we go, folks. Billy saying, let's go, Randy. Randy is Bob Orton's son, right? Yes. Cowboy Bob Orton. Yeah. They're all Bobs and Roberts. Let's go, Randy, says the crowd. Orton voices in his head are older than Ludwig. Facts. His wrestling boots are probably older. Howdy singles role is happening next week on Raw. Tommy, I saw this. I'm pumped for it. I'm excited. It's good. Some people say, well, why didn't you put it on Berlin? But you got to fill a 3-hour show every week in addition to big stuff going on the pay-per-view. So, yeah, for my money, Raw next week's looking good. Howdy, Gable. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. The first time we will see Bo Dallas in action since what? 2020? 2021? Somebody can fact check me on that. I think the new Judgment Day, they will set a trap, possibly. Yep. As we are locking up tonight's headlines. I like that they're doing this tonight headlines. It's a nice little touch. Remember, Randy Orton gave that back issues. Gunther is going to go after it. Absolutely. As any good heel would, Safed, he's going to focus on it and try and wear out Randy Orton. It should be a hell of a match. WWE needs more managers. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Damien. I don't know why. And anybody out there who has an opinion, especially if you're a long-running wrestling fan, what do you think the demise of the manager role has been? Has it just been like the managers kind of not booked the way they were in the past? I mean, we have Paul Heyman, but no one else really seems to do what Paul does. Like we had MVP for a little bit, but it didn't sustain. I wonder why the manager has gone the way of the dodo bird. We get a lot of valets and friends at ringside, but a real legit manager. Ellering doesn't count. As Randy scooping. And a fallaway slam on Kaiser. Big impact. So you prefer the CFL over the NFL? Not true. I mean, I never pay attention to the CFL. I'm a bad Canadian in that regard. Occasionally, I'll go to a game. NFL, I much rather watch overall. But yeah, no, I couldn't even tell you what the standings in the CFL are right now. But looking forward to the NFL season. I know Nick gets all the football questions because I'm Canadian. But yeah, no, we watch your TV. We do. We get all your channels, Henry. James Mitchell took a bump and ruined it. Gonna blame James Mitchell for all of it. James' fault. You should get Cornette. Man, if I could, I would. Corny's not doing anyone else's shit but Corny shit. And Corny too big for us. So let's maybe one day. Maybe if I send him a heartfelt letter, Mega, of how I started all this because of you, Jim. It was to fight you and malign you, but it's because of you. If you had to guess, who could you see beating Gunther eventually? Seth is a good shout. Drew's due, man. I think Drew's next up at bat. I think eventually Drew gets through CM Punk. And I think Drew goes after Gunther at some point. I know people are going to jump on me right away. Heel versus heel. I'm saying in the future, that could be months from now, right? Things change. But Gunther here, running his mouth and, Ludwig attacking the knee. Don't use manager. All right, Billy. Billy saying no to the manager. I'll be watching. All right. Thanks for the info. James Mitchell got that one. Let the fans run WWE. No, that's probably a bad idea. Billy, have you seen the fans' opinion online? I don't think, A, we could agree on anything, and B, we don't know what we want. We're fickle bitches. We will change our mind on a whim. That would be a disaster if the fans ran WWE. That is insane. Plus, I don't want to write or work for the shows that I'm watching, right? I'm not going to go start doing scripts for, my favorite shows. I'm going to want to fucking sit back and relax and enjoy it. Let the fans be the fans. Robert Stone was probably the last manager I can think of at WWE. Maybe Reggie. Reggie doesn't count. Let's be real. Stone had potential. Drop kick to the knee between or into the stairs, folks. Gunther laughing. And Ludwig is picking apart the Viper as we head to commercial break, folks. About 10 minutes left on the clock here tonight. I will remind you, back tomorrow, NXT, Wednesday, a very special show as it's the first Dynamite outside of North America. They go to Cardiff on their way to Wembley, and we are going to be here live for all of it. Thursday, 8 p.m., our preview show for All In. Find out what myself, Nick, and Anthony think going into All In. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? What surprises might we get? Who makes comebacks? We're going to talk about it all and more. Friday, SmackDown Rampage. Saturday, Collision, Wrestling Revolver. Sunday, All In. Breakfast with the boys, brunch with the boys. Go get your Brunch with the Boys t-shirts, by the way. Our tour shirts are out for this year. It'll be a collector's item every year. So remember 2024 and the summer tour that was, and get your t-shirt to commemorate it forever. Easy for me to say. But all week long. Then back to all your favorite wrestling next week. And then right into Emergence, Capital Collision, more Collision, AEW Collision, and more, including Bash in Berlin, No Mercy. It doesn't stop. Then we got All Out, folks. So keep that chat going. Let's see. We got 10 minutes. Can we get to triple digits before we go to bed tonight? Can we get it back there one more time? The go home show, Roman. You're not wrong. Let's go, Randy. I'm with you, Bill. Power, just watching the picks. That's it. Fair enough. Maybe they could use Jose, the assistant, as a manager for Stephanie in NXT. Jose's got some potential. I think he could do something. My vote is Alex Abrahantes. I don't know what his contract's like. I am a huge fan of this guy. If Penta and Phoenix do make their way to WWE, I hope they get Alex. Alex would be beneficial to somebody like Stephanie. He'd be beneficial to getting Penta and Phoenix over. There's potential there with that. Penta says that could have been gold. It was getting over with me in AEW, and then they stopped doing it. So for my money, if they could get their hands on Alex Abrahantes, not just because I like saying the name, but I think he's a hell of a talent. We want you with a black beard. I did that once before when I dressed up as Nick for Halloween. Listen, there's Google why this might be the case on my face. This gray area was earned. So it's staying gray. I'm not dying shit. That's why I got mad at Ciampa when he dyed his stuff. That's not good. Adam Cole returns on Wednesday, and All In expected to return soon. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with Adam Cole. And even if he does come back, Damian, does anybody really care about Adam Cole coming back? Where does he slot in? Does he cost MJF the win over Ospreay? Do you really want that? You have the two best in your company going toe-to-toe on your biggest show of the year. Do you want Adam Cole to slide in and ruin the ending? Do you want Callis getting in the way? I don't. But what do you do with Adam Cole becomes the question. As we are back from commercial break and Ludwig continues to work on the knee of Randy Orton. King Kong, Bronson Reed versus Braun Strowman, Godzilla. It's a monster match. You heard me. Monster match, Christian. Yeah. Bring back Ricardo Rodriguez. There you go. Warrior. Hey, that's my pick in cart, so not too far off. Is Shane McMahon going to help buy EW? No, I mean, I don't see the buying aspect of this. Tony Khan's not selling. This is Tony Khan's personal play box. He is not selling. I think he's helping. If he helps, maybe it is on a side of just some expertise, maybe some advertising assistance. You forget, Shane's dialed in with, had been dialed in with Netflix, works with streaming services. Maybe that's the conversation. I think there's potential needle moving from Shane McMahon if you could get him on the show in like an anti AEW faction. But beyond that, no, there's no buying. As Randy Orton tosses Ludwig out of the ring. Here's my prediction for All In. As much as I love to see Bryan Danielson win the World Heavyweight Championship at All In, but unfortunately, Swerve Strickland is going to. I don't think so, Christian. We'll get into that on Thursday, and we'll probably talk a lot about it on Wednesday. I don't agree with that, though. I think this Danielson, you're too close to Wrestle Dream. He's gonna. I think if you're gonna make Danielson's last match, it should be at Wrestle Dream. No. Plus, it helps you sell tickets in Seattle or Washington, Tacoma. But here he comes, big clothesline. Ludwig caught coming around the ring again. WWE did a pay-per-view in 2015, Extreme Rules. Yes, they did. Theme song Irresistible is my theme, maybe. Here in India on TV, cereal was made with related to WWE. Right on. Welcome. Shane McMahon, got you. Guten Tag. As we're getting some vintage Randy Orton dropping Ludwig on the table. Gunther not happy. Randy smiling. Going again. Down he goes. Staring a hole through Gunther. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree. And again, I think that's where fans got to be patient sometimes of like, that is that back and forth. They 1 week they don't look great. The following week they get their revenge. They cash in a receipt and it's who gets the last laugh, right? So I like how they did it. I'm with you. Thoughts on IC Championship tournament starts next week on Raw. Okay, so I didn't make that up. I honestly thought I didn't hear that correctly. Very interesting. I guess that's why Jey Uso's selling us on it. I'm a little surprised, but we'll see. We get a lot of tournaments. I want to see who's in it, Damien. Vintage Randy Orton with the power slam. Everything's vintage Orton at this point for me. I think we might get Raquel Rodriguez back soon sometime. Possibly. Rumor is she's doing much better. So yeah, our thoughts go out to her. Hopefully she's in a better place dealing with her ailment. So it would be nice to see her come back. Guys are hanging Randy up on the top rope. Keep in mind, you still got Alexa, Carmella. There's a lot of names out there that we have. Charlotte. Big kick out. Does Hangman versus Swerve have to be for the title? Yes or no? Not really. But it's better for the title, and I think Hangman has kind of deserved it based on the validity of this rivalry. And that's why I really thought we were going to get Hangman Swerve at All In. But the top of each division right now, we've talked about it. We've joked about it. Poor Pac got bumped to All Out. It's been real messy, Damien, of who's challenging and why. And a lot of us, like, I didn't know we were going to get Swerve Danielson. Nobody really saw that coming. Superplex by Orton. Crowd pops. I still think the name Wrestling Dream sucks. Fair enough. Indifferent. Big clothesline. Oh, now we're hooking up for some actual vintage Orton. The hanging DDT. Raw is all right tonight. It's cooked. I'll be honest, it's flown by. I can't believe the show is at the end. And here comes the RKO. Ludwig moves. 2. And RKO. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's over. Randy Orton taking care of business tonight, folks. Big W for the Viper. Just staring a hole through Gunther. Oh, drawing the line in the sand. Gunther obliges. Here we go. Here we go. Two big men throwing, folks. Gunther with those heavy Europeans. Randy kicking away. Nice battle. Nice battle. I'm with you, Billy. RKO, huge. Clearly a fast count, Roddy. It could have been as slow as he wanted. It's the RKO. It's over. As we got up, we're done, folks. We're going off air like this, mid-fight. And that is WWE Raw tonight, folks. Don't hesitate. Get your rating out of 10. What did you like? What didn't you like? Why are you giving the rating you're giving? Did you like Raw? How did you feel about it? And did they do a good job getting you a little more excited for Bash in Berlin? Let me know in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't hesitate, folks. What is your rating tonight? Listen, I will say this. Raw continues to be a very fast 3 hours every single night for the last few Mondays. It's been quick. Even the stuff that's bad, it doesn't linger. It's just like in and out, in and out, in and out. And I give them all the marks in the world for how they're pulling it off. It's a much better program than it had been in the past. Clearly fast count, that made me laugh. Randy low-key makes Gunther look small. Yeah, you know what? Again, he's not a tiny guy. Looks him eye to eye, and he's bulkier. Like, he's jacked in comparison to Gunther. Gunther's got a weird, like, we talk about Maxine. Gunther's got that kind of funny, lanky body type as well. It's kind of crazy. Randy with Kairi, with Kira. Oh, with Kira. My bad. What? Gunther got mauled. Yes, he did. No RKO. You know, we got the RKO. 7 out of 10. Not bad. What do you think of my prediction? Athena versus Mercedes all in next year. A lot can change in a year. I really hope that Athena isn't still in Ring of Honor a year from now. So I'll put it that way, Damien. Raquel will help Liv at Bad Blood. That would work. If Raquel is healthy, she could do for Liv what she did for Dakota. Not a bad place to start. I think Smiley, the back attack is back, Jack. Raquel has to go. She wasn't believable, and it didn't work. She felt forced. She felt like she was delivering a hostage note. The big old smile, and then her big claim to fame is, I got it back. All right, okay. So I'd like to see her return with a different attitude, a different feel, a different approach. 8 out of 10. 1 out of 9. Okay. Good, Roddy. Thank you. Did you guys go off mid-fight? Yes, mid-fight. We're done. We're off. That's called a cliffhanger. 8 out of 10, says Dale. 7, 7.5, 10. Wow, Kevin going big. Anthony giving it 8 out of 10. Wow, big score. 7.5, 7.5 as well. 8 out of 10, 8.2. Holy shit. Gray beards. 7. Yeah, thanks, Mega. Perfect. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Raw, 8 out of 10. Woods heel turn. Yeah, weird though. They didn't quite follow all the way through with it yet. It was odd. I didn't expect them to end up back in the ring with them. So we will see. But definitely cooking. 7 out of 10. 10 happy that they made. Going all the way for Judgment Day. Fair enough. I give it a 9. Favorite part of the show was Ivy Nile lifting that dumbbell. The CM Punk strap segment was fire. And the Judgment Day outsmarting Priest and Ripley. I like it, Christian. Good reasons. I could kind of go for another hour of Raw. Yeah, it's crazy, right? 3 hours. We're done. I could keep going. No fatigue, not feeling like, oh my God, good night, guys. We're out. We've been literally rambling for 3.5 hours, and the energy with the show is so much better. 8 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. I'm torn. I'm kind of lost between, like, I'm at like a 7.75. Like, I could give it an 8. I thought from start to finish, highly entertaining. Again, 3-hour show. Was everything perfect? No. Really good matches. Again, WWE starting to show everybody, oh, we don't put on good matches. Watch us. So we've seen an uptick in really quality matches, We've seen things like work rate, quote unquote, increase. It's hard to ignore. It's hard to kind of act like it's not happening. So for my money, you know what? I'm in a good mood. It was a really good show. Had a lot of fun here with Big Nick tonight. 8 out of 10. Gonna go 8 out of 10. How about that? I give Raw a 10. Billy, loving it. 6 out of 10. PFC getting buried already. Nah. Miz needed more tsunamis, and maybe one. I'll give you that one. Maybe one or two. Judgment Day dominated the episode, as they should. 6 feels a little low, my friend. But hey, you're fair to have it. You're fair to have it. Ripley don't win the belt until WrestleMania 40 versus Liv. I don't know if we go that far, but it's going to be hard to keep Rhea at bay for that long. So I think Rhea might get her hands on that belt at like Survivor Series, and then Liv can chase her around a little or kind of quiet out and see who moves in. But if I was putting my money down, Survivor Series, Rumble at the latest, but I can't see this going all the way into April. I don't know. 10 out of 28 tomorrow NXT. Facts. Bad Blood is on my birthday. Well, Billy, if you'd like to spend some of your birthday here with us, we are live for all the pay-per-views, all your favorite wrestling, and we'll give you a big old birthday shout out, Billy. So join us. And if not, happy early birthday, and hopefully we'll see you again. 8 out of 10, 8.5. Boston, holy hell, 8.5, 8.5, solid. Raquel, Big Back Rodriguez. Facts. The back attack is back, Jack. TK's victims card out of 10. No. All right, Spaz, thank you. 8 out of 10. Raw is an A, but women's tag match was boring. Randy Gunther promo was boring. Oh, come on, Jordan. I didn't think that was boring. But the rest was good. Tag match I thought was good as well. Maybe not a barn burner. I kind of had the, pretty good assessment of where the ending was going to be. So yeah, that could have probably been better, but that's why, I feel that's fair. But an A, nonetheless. LJ, 3 out of 10. I fell asleep twice. Well, go watch it, because 3 is insane. If you give this show a 3, I don't know what to do with you. Looks like Berlin is staying at 5 matches so far. Maybe we get a 6 slipped in there, Richard. We still got time on the clock. But again, look at the matches we're getting. I mean, Randy Gunther's going to be good. Cody KO is going to be a hell of a match from bell to bell. I'll be shocked if it isn't. The Terror Twins situation, we know that. You add in a strap match. Again, quality over quantity. Maybe one more match. Maybe. Braun missing Berlin kind of sucks. He's young. There's lots of Berlins. He's going to be in Italy, and he's going to be here, and he's going to be there. And who knows what they end up working out. But we'll see. I didn't expect an IC title tournament. I'll be honest with you about that. Is there anything you're looking forward to tomorrow night on NXT, KJ? To be honest with you, off the top of my head, I'm just curious to see what happens with Joe, the triple threat match. Is it the triple threat match for the number 1 contender tomorrow night? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me see real quick. There we go. Let me see. What am I looking forward to tomorrow night? We got, so the triple threat. I think that's going to be a really fun match. We saw Pete Dunne take a loss tonight, but look like a badass while doing it. Wesley's very interesting. Did not expect him to do a heel turn. Did not expect him to kick Joe Hendry, but I still think my money's on Joe. Ren versus Rizzo versus Sol Ruca, Jada Parker, Kendall Gray, Carmen Petrovich. Not the most compelling match on paper. I'm really curious how this one plays out in the ring. But my money's on Parker, Hank and Tank versus the OC. That one's going to be fun. And Lola Vice versus Wendy Chu. How do you even pick that one? I don't know. This Raw was fast tonight, 8 out of 10. But yeah, Damien, looking forward to quite a bit of it. And we'll see. More of the storylines heading into No Mercy. Who's going to be the number 1 contender? Does someone like Jada Parker get a chance? It should be a fun one. Hank and Tank should be a good match. I think that's a tag team that's starting to gain some momentum and some rhythm. The OC is going to work with them, so it's good for them. So we'll see. Gotcha. JBL got arrested in Berlin years and years ago for doing, I don't doubt it. There isn't really anyone that could challenge either of them right now. Fair enough. I will say last call on the chat as I wind down here, folks. Like I said, I'm going to give it an 8. maybe partly because I'm in a good mood, I'm in good spirits. But I thought overall they delivered pretty well. It's an 8 out of 10 for me tonight. Again, anytime we can get to the end of a Monday Night Raw and we're still kind of amped up, jazzed, and ready to kind of keep talking and shooting the shit, and we could go for more wrestling. You did a good job. So not everything's perfect, folks. We're not saying that, but they did a really good job of 3 hours fast, 3 hours of quality. I liked it. I'm really happy with a lot of it. Did Bobby sign with AEW? Not that I know of. I like the new Judgment Day. Can't go wrong. I don't disagree with you, main event girl. I mean, not a bad show at all. 10 out of 10. Braun is good. Giant babyface to feed to Bronson because I think Seth will be out for a while. Yeah, I don't know if he'll be out too long, but yeah, I think it's again, you're building up. And when Bronson beats Braun, woo, let's go. Roxanne Perez, must see TV. I'm with you, buddy. AEW's tape is going to be at 1 p.m. Yes, it is, because it's in Cardiff, Wales. We will still be live Wednesday night to go over everything that airs that night. And we'll try not to spoil it for anybody. What's going to happen with Spooky Dookie Choo? I don't know. I think she's going after the champion. If she beats Lola, that's tough for Lola. So who knows? Prayers for former. Okay. I'm not sure why. 110 likes. Love it. Love it. Appreciate that. MDB, as always. Yeah, no, prayers for sure. I don't know what happened. Have a blessed night. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to tap out 110. If you haven't clicked that button yet, make sure you do so. We are back tomorrow for NXT Dynamite Wednesday. It's a busy week. The go-home show for All Out. We got all your coverage. We watch more live wrestling than anybody else that does it out there, folks. And we do it on a higher level. I thank you for joining us tonight. I thank you for being a part of the show. And as soon as I find that button, ladies and gentlemen, come back for NXT. We got lots coming your way. And until tomorrow, I'll see you on the flip side. Good night.